Good evening, everyone. Sorry we are a little bit late tonight. We've been having a couple technical difficulties, and I made everyone sit around for a couple minutes while I went and got my awesome sunglasses. Anyway, I'm glad to have you back for another night of Dice and Paper. Would you guys like to take it away?
Of course.
Okay,
Excited to get back
okay.
into
here you
it.
go.
So, as always, we have merch you can buy to support the show, and it's just like a cool way to show that you're into our stuff. We have like t-shirts and sweatshirts
Socks.
and socks.
We have socks. Socks.
We have
Sorry.
socks.
Buy the socks.
We have
Socks.
socks.
Buy the socks, definitely.
Yeah, you can just get all this cool stuff and support the show, and there's links to all that neat stuff in the description on YouTube or in the panels on Twitch.
All right.
Go get it.
Man, I'm really excited about those socks.
Dude, yeah.
Can we
I've
all
been-
buy socks?
Fucking let's all
Can we
get
buy
socks.
socks? Can that be our 10th episode
Yeah, sure.
special? We all buy
we
socks.
just get
I will
socks.
buy. A
I'll
pair
buy
of
socks.
Oh, I was gonna buy a jacket, honestly.
Let me get a job and then give me like 2 weeks.
All right, guys. So, D&D Beyond, thank you so much again for all your help. Like all this stuff with our tablets and everything, and us being connected in this way, it wouldn't have been able to happen without them helping us
Giving
out
us
and
stuff.
yeah, just giving us, comping us a bunch of stuff, and it's super awesome of them. So, thank you again so much, sponsors.
And they just had a really cool update where they added
yeah.
in creatures into the character sheet tab. So Wolfie, our good friend Wolfie, is now actually in Busto's inventory.
Yay.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And about the stuff. Yeah, stuff.
Stuffy stuff.
If you want, if we can add better stuff, we need like mics, curtains. We apparently use 10 curtains in this one room. Lights, cameras, action, everything. Please feel free to donate. Panels on Twitch or link in, bio and YouTube. But we just want your views.
What really is important is you guys hanging out with us and just chilling. Thank you all so much for just checking us out. If you're live, if you're not live, you can check us out on Dice and Paper on Twitch. We stream Fridays 7 to 11 o'clock. You can also check our Instagrams, Dice and Paper, no funny symbols, all lowercase. We each have our own Twitters, which will be kind of appearing throughout. And on top of that, if you guys would like to catch some of the next episodes as well as perception checks and things like that to kind of get back into the story, please check us out on YouTube. It's Dice and Paper. We would really appreciate it. I apologize. I'm sick.
Holding together over there, buddy.
Oh yeah.
So I'm warning you now. I apologize. But yeah, if you guys would really like to do that. Lastly, if you are a business person / would like to sponsor us, please do shoot us an email. We'd be more than willing to try to work something out.
Rarely
today.
say no.
Yeah, very rarely.
I don't think we ever have.
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it? And as always, I know we've said it a few times before, but a huge thank you to Lightseers, Soul Dagger, and our very own Matthew Shelton for the
seriously.
incredible fan art you saw before the stream.
So good.
Give us
So
more,
good.
please.
No, please, enjoy the show.
All of
Yeah,
it.
no, but I mean, we really want some more. All right.
You guys are our favorite. They really are. The viewers are our favorite part of this stream. What? It's me. Excellent. Man, we've been doing this for what, 2.5 months?
It's our 9th game.
We're not getting better, are we?
We're getting there.
Yeah, it's a sine curve. We're getting better, then get worse, then better, then worse.
2 times that we didn't have it.
True.
So this is
Man.
like our 11th week.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, that little absence when we recorded Board Break.
Yeah.
That
All right,
never-
we don't need to talk about that. Let's
yeah,
continue.
moving on. We don't speak of it.
That was a fun.
We'll catch him up.
Anyways, we should now return to the world of D&D. And this world is a curious place. Its tides can twist even the greatest. Today, she who walks in a cloak of crimson fire has lost yet another dignitary. Welcome to Dice and Paper. Woo! Favorite song right there.
All right.
All right, guys.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back. It's nice. Oh,
You can take
you're
them.
making everything look so nice.
You
though,
can
is the
leave them
thing.
on if they look
They're
nice.
pink. They're beautiful.
They are beautiful.
Makes
Everything's
it
pretty.
very, very hard to read everything on my computer screen, though.
I believe that.
Anyway,
Recap.
yes, as always, I think Arthur, you are our recap man this week.
I am the recap man this week.
Arthur, the recap man.
What happened?
Don't say that. So, we had a pretty eventful session, I'd say, last time.
Arthur, the recap man.
We had issues in the graveyard. We're up in the loft, and then we were told that we had to discover the pious heart. Ooh. Which
get
was
really
able
good
to
at that.
turn holy water into soul sight, or was allowed to
It-
give people soul sight.
It was blessed by a priest who had a very powerful soul sense,
Soul sight.
and they kept it around at the church to keep granting their holy people that ability.
But then they had to move from that location because of the swamps and bogs. So then they were in the town in the loft in Oakstead. We had to, as a group, venture out with some in-party turmoil, to say the least.
We got a cow as a horse.
We got him a horse.
Cow.
Yep, cow.
I have to ride a wolf though. That was cool.
We ran to the church. Got there pretty quick, so considering everything, considering the rain. Then we met the great Poggeth
Yeah.
Poggeth, let's
get
go.
really good at that.
and Crusto, also known as IQ 9000.
Now
What?
he has a bunch of names too.
Yes,
Oh, no.
Crusto IQ 9000 is his name.
Uh,
And Crusto had to discuss with Poggeth while telling him to shut up, to achieve and finally reach the pious heart. Adrian, or Cal, thaumaturgied through the tunnel, causing all
Oh,
the
yeah.
sheep to
Man.
happen. Everyone ran except Crusto. Crusto talked, because Crusto's a good person and loved Poggeth. Didn't want to trick Poggeth.
Still loves him.
Yes, I still love Poggeth. And then we all got out, sprinted to the temple, because Cal wanted to basically kill himself.
Didn't you turn into a
It was
camel?
for a good reason.
Did you turn into a camel?
What? Yeah, I turned into a camel.
I rode Wolfie.
He rode the most majestic steed of all.
just to note, sorry, I'm gonna jump in here real quick because I was talking to some of my players and I know we had a bit of confusion. Some of the parts of the plan were lost in the arguing. What they were doing is they were having Cal temporarily body die so that they could track where his soul went to try and find the location of this soul snare that was hurting people and preventing resurrections.
Yes.
Anyway, go ahead.
Apologize, forgot to mention that. We all got back to the temple and.
you did.
I got punched in
Well,
the
yeah.
face.
Let me rephrase that. I didn't go to the temple. Busto went to bed. He was a tired boy.
I wonder what he was doing.
Love it.
Probably making some tea. I couldn't guess. And the rest of the three got there as soon as possible, I believe, right?
And then you got and then I got punched in the face and pushed into another realm, and we ended on a climactic, cool, big
As you sunk into
corpses.
an
I was
ocean
sent in
of corpses.
somewhere. I was sent downstairs.
So basically, they walked through the woods, desecrated a church, made friends with a troll, and died.
Oh, we also
Yeah.
stole an artifact.
That's a good way of summing it up, actually.
really
To sum it
It
all
was
up,
a really, really.
longest
it was-
our
yeah.
longest stream ever. Sorry
Set
about that.
records every game. Every
Was it 4.5 hours?
It was.
Sorry,
Oh,
we're-
something like
It
that.
was
I'm gonna
a
try and
lot.
avoid doing that. In the
You should
future.
really go check it out on your spare time.
Yeah.
Your spare 5 hours.
Actually, watch that before you watch this.
Yes.
But-
No, that's why we do the recaps.
Keep this open in the background right now.
Just watch all 8 episodes at once.
All in one sitting. It's a weekend.
You're right.
You're fine. You don't
Alright.
have SATs
Anyway.
tomorrow.
We've gotten off track.
Nick,
Yeah.
let's jump right back to you. You and Miss Delana are still in the top room of the Temple of the First King. Cal is at the center of these circles of runes, and just a minute ago, Miss Delana pushed his soul from his body, and you watched him collapse to the ground in a heap. Since then, Miss Delana has been going through some complex ritual of chanting and waving her hands around, even stomping her feet at some point. Parts of it have looked kind of like a strange tap dance. But finally, just now, she seems to have locked on to something, and you see this golden flare burst up around her and begin to seep into the orifices of Cal's discarded corpse. And she stops this sort of fervent movement and starts concentrating and really focusing, and you see that golden glow in her veins again, until suddenly she calls out. She goes, "Oh, I've got it now. Nick, you can bring him back."
Smash the thing.
How exactly do you do that? Out of curiosity.
Come on, smash it right.
Throw it real hard on the ground.
Yeah, alright. You whip this sapphire orb, this actually just chunk of sapphire, into the floor, and it hits the ground, and it makes a sort of strange noise. It sounds like a and it pops off the floor and flies off into another corner of the room without shattering. Miss Delaney actually notices this, and she kind of looks over at you and says, Nick, we need you need to hurry up, okay?
I step on it.
It's on like the other side of the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I can run over and get
Yeah,
it.
you vault over, actually running kind of through those runes past Cal, and slam the heel of your boot down on top of the sapphire. But you meet the resistance of a stone. It doesn't crush as it's supposed to. In fact, you actually feel not just the normal resistance of a sapphire, but something actually pushing back on your foot.
I'm a bad boys.
Can I pick it up and try to get it in my hands?
Yeah, Nick, you pick it up from the ground and you start to press between your hands. And Cal,
Oh, oof.
Feel this.
even the coral bores you now. You've been sinking for a long time. Nothing but darkness and the chill of the water. There's still some visibility, strangely enough, but no matter how deep you go, it doesn't seem to change. You think there might have been something you needed to do once you got here, but you don't really care. That was back when you were alive. You're dead now, so none of it really matters. Sometimes you like to watch your hands drift above you, like this thick seaweed, just a reddish tint in the water buffeted by the current. Honestly, you've been sinking for so long that you've lost track of which way is back up to the surface. Sometimes you idly wonder if you'll ever reach the bottom. Your mind has grown a bit fuzzy after all this time, but you do seem to remember that oceans usually do have a bottom. But then again, there are a lot of things you've forgotten. There is one thing, though, that you do remember, occasionally, anyway. A girl who you think of sometimes. You aren't sure you aren't sure who she is, but you do know she meant a lot to you. But those thoughts hurt. They make you feel terribly, terribly sad, so you try not to think of them too often. Instead, you focus on something else. The chill of the water, the passing coral, your own thoughts, whatever. But then again, there are a lot of things you have forgotten, and this one might be important. Would you like to make an intelligence saving throw for me?
Alright, guys. Natural
Nat 20. You did.
Okay. Last episode, I got a nat 20 on my first roll, too. And I think I got a nat 20 on my second roll, like 2 episodes ago.
Adrian has weighted dice.
Shut up. Don't talk about that. Okay.
Fuck.
And just like that,
You remember it.
you remember. You remember Nick. You remember your friends. You remember what you are here to do. And Cal, how exactly does this make you feel?
That I've been just like here doing nothing this entire time when I was supposed to be doing something.
You don't know how long it's been. A long time. Longer than it was supposed to be.
Probably pretty angry.
No, that's wrong. You're not.
No, you don't feel that way.
You're not angry, Cal. You're furious.
I knew he was gonna say that.
You start to rage down in these waters. These unfathomable miles beneath the surface. It's all so unfair. You were only supposed to be here to help, and you've been forgotten. You've been cast aside by life into this pit of nothing. And this rage fills you with such a terrible heat that the water around you begins to boil. And with the boiling comes bubbles, and bubbles rise, and suddenly you know which direction leads back to the surface. Back to the surface. What do?
Fucking swim over. Bubbles. Follow them bubbles.
Cal, you begin pulling yourself up from the depth. This just frenzied motion, clawing upwards. But it's a long ways, and your fury begins to wane over time. The bubbles start to fade, and you start to feel that growing disorientation again. And right around when you start to want to quit, you start to be overwhelmed by this sense of unending melancholy. You throw one last hand up to try and pull yourself farther away from the bottom, and another hand reaches out of the darkness and grasps onto your own. But we're not there right now. We're not there yet. Because there are other people in this story. Busto, you're back in the cabin. You're sleeping. I assume you probably don't know what's going on with them. But Orion, even though you aren't in the room with them, you do know what's going on. And even though you're not sure how long it's supposed to take, you are certain this is too long. You've been sitting down on that little dais that leads up to the upper room for a few minutes now. 5, then 7, then 15. And some of the priests have actually started to gather. None of them are going up, but they're all standing around this dais, kind of expectantly waiting too. And right around the 10-minute mark, you start to hear a couple of them leaning over to each other and whispering something or the other. One of them says maybe, is this supposed to take this long? And are they going to get him back? And another one just seems sort of dejected and says something about another one, not another one. What do you want to do?
If they're an area that's kind of away from everybody, maybe like in the shadows or something.
You could head outside.
Can I do that? Yeah, that's what I do.
Sure. You walk towards the door, and actually on your way, one of the priestesses actually stops you. This short dwarven woman puts a hand on your shoulder and sort of looks at you and just... Sorry about your friend. And then just lets you go out the door. And you walk out into the street. Did I say what time? It's night right now, right? It's starting to get later into the day, I think. It's not quite night.
It's like 7:30.
7. So there aren't as many people milling around in this square anymore. And you walk out in this little dirt path, kind of look around at you, and actually look back up at the tower where you can see actually a faint golden fog kind of coalescing around the top of the spire. And what do you want to do?
So I'm kind of away from everyone?
Yeah.
Sort of in the dark?
Fucker.
Sort of.
Fucking little Trevor Small.
I am going to go into communion.
Excellent.
And now I'm excited.
Orion, the world around you fades. The few people you can see moving around slow to a crawl, and sort of staring down at your feet, you see the light grow thick and silvery, painting everything in these bright, muted hues and these hard, long shadows. A light mist begins to form around your feet, almost as if out of the ground itself. You sigh a little bit and feel an oppressive, dominating presence above you. You brace yourself for the vertigo you've learned to expect and risk a glance upwards. Your vision is immediately overwhelmed, so stimulated that all your other senses actually grow dull, because above you hangs a universe. There is very little I can do to describe the unbelievable scale of the object that has filled the sky above you. A silver ocean hangs of incomprehensible depth, an oppressive titan which has consumed the very treetops above you. It is closer than should ever be possible for something of its size. A thick fog swirling off its surface, almost nearly within reach. What do you want to do?
Mine's cool. Can I just kind of call out, not really to anything, and just say, hello?
The great titan of a planet does not respond. But you do see a ripple forming on the surface of this ichor silver membrane. I don't even know exactly what to call it. And after a second, you can see it begins to churn slightly, and then a light-skinned hand reaches its way out of the surface. And then another, and another. These hands on arms piling upon each other, pushing each other farther until this cone of arms has reached itself almost all the way down to you. And the furthest hand, the closest one to you, stops. And then it opens its fingers.
Look familiar? Like,
Not, you don't recognize it.
I'm gonna grab it.
You grab on, and the hand, the mound of hands, retracts itself suddenly into the surface, pulling you with it. And the world around you vanishes as you tumble into this silvery universe. And you're flying through the air. The air feels almost thicker than normal. It's hard to breathe in, a little sweet maybe, but it is breathable. And you kind of put out your arms to try and steady yourself, but it doesn't do any good, because suddenly, more than just flying, you abruptly spin around almost unnaturally, as if on a merry-go-round, and it kind of forces you to pull in, and you yank that hand towards you. And then when you stop rotating, you're not holding the end of this line of hands anymore. Your hand is grasped around the red-skinned hand of your friend Cal. He seems to be unconscious. He's sort of loose. He's drifting kind of slack-jawed in the light winds around you. And Nick.
Oh! I was like...
Wait, did you want to say something? No, sorry.
No. There's nothing I need to say. If you want to go to Nick, go to Nick. Let's do it.
Okay. And Nick, back in the top of this tower,
This is the coolest.
the sapphire suddenly gives, and you crush it beneath your palms, and you feel this pulling sensation, almost like it's trying to get away from you. And Miss Delena seems to react, and she starts pulling something, and suddenly this golden silhouette of Cal appears back over his corpse, drawing it up into a kneeling position and starting to lower down towards it. Miss Delena kind of seems to be trying to do things at once, and she's pointing down at that jar that you've laid out, and she goes, "Break it, Nick! Break it before it catches him!"
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna break it.
Yeah, you shatter it, and this seems like this tether that has pulled his soul back suddenly snaps, and he reverts straight into his body. And he stays kneeling just for a second before collapsing down to his back, and it seems like the impact with the ground forces the first breath out of his mouth. And Cal, you breathe in deeply, almost like it's your first breath, and then you open your eyes. You see Miss Delena and Nick standing above you. They both look really, really freaking concerned and a little bit relieved.
Well, that was a trip.
First.
Did I figure out where that guy was?
Miss Delena.
It was her
She,
that would
she
know.
figures out. Okay. How long was I gone there? How long?
Miss Delena and Nick seem to kind of look at each other for a second, and neither seems quite sure who should respond first. After a second, Miss Delena kind of goes, longer than we intended. Little hair over 15 minutes, maybe? Are you okay? You're not gonna be like Chamberlain, are you?
I think I think I'm fine. It was only 10 minutes.
A little bit longer.
It felt like longer for me, right? Like
A lot longer.
like years, right? You can't even say how
Long enough not to be
Yeah.
able to tell anymore. It sort of blurs together when you don't have a day and night cycle.
So, you didn't forget that about me at all? Didn't? It was 10 minutes.
It's 15.
Big difference. That was a joke.
I'm gonna like tackle you. I'm gonna hug you.
I'll hug her back. We should. Where's Orion?
He went down, and I think he's down there.
What did you find out?
Miss
Oh, did you
Delena,
find him?
Miss Delena actually seems to be kind of consulting this golden fog that you have created. And she's sort of looking at her hand, and she starts to shake like this, and she goes, yeah, I think I actually got it. And she runs over to that map on that table away from you and brings a hand down and slams it into the parchment, and that golden mist just across the surface, and then begins to coalesce into a point. And Miss Delena actually seems ecstatic. She's like, oh my gosh, I think we actually got it. Do you have a pen or anything?
I have a dagger.
And she pulls out this little quill and marks a point on your map.
Boom. Okay. No,
You guys,
I got it.
And she sort of stands back after marking this point, and kind of breathes heavily, and then looks back at you, Cal, and says, I'm so sorry. But thank you. Thank you, Cal, so much.
Just doing whatever needs to be done.
Nick, have you let go of Cal yet, by the way? Can you roll perception for me? Just real quick.
We'd never have to roll.
Probably am not gonna see anything. I think it's 9. Yeah, it's 9.
Cal's humming. I don't have any flowery way to put that, but whenever anything seems to get quiet, he, almost under his breath, just starts humming this little tune. You notice. It's just a simple thing, hard to pin down, really.
But is it a good song?
It's
It's like
it's melodic.
It's really bad.
It's kind of dissonant, a little bit sad, maybe. The best word I could give it is nostalgic, but
It's a
I'm going.
no, he doesn't even seem to be doing it like to show off. He's just under his breath
Okay.
a little bit.
Do I notice I'm doing
It's a
that?
little weird.
No. Right around now, Miss Delena comes back with the map and hands over to you guys this point that she's marked. And she sort of looks frantic for a second and says, we should head back down so they know you're alive. Let's go. And she puts up her hand and
Might as well.
you teleport back down to that lower dais, and see this crowd of holy folk that has gathered around. They actually seem kind of shocked at your return, but a lot of them look really relieved. Orion isn't in the room anymore, though. You don't know quite where he's gone.
Hey, are you sure you're feeling okay?
Yeah, fine for being killed and sucked out of my body. That's perfectly fine. Let's keep moving. We need to find Orion.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, hey guys, did any of you guys see like our weird little dweeb gnome friend go anywhere?
This holy woman, short, dwarvish fellow, she points, she sort of sees you and she gestures at the door behind you, which is actually still slightly ajar. But it's not that vague because pretty abruptly the doors fly back open and Orion walks right back into the temple. Orion, what do you do? Exactly.
I'm not gonna say a word.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look really angry.
Fucking kills me again.
I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna hug him.
I'm not gonna do anything bad.
Well, that's fine. But it's like one of those really awkward ones where I'm like patting your back and it's like, yeah.
Can I just like, before anybody says anything else, like turn and start heading back to the inn?
Sure. You've seen that they've made it out, so he sort of looks you guys up and down and then just turns on his heel and stomps back out. Miss Delana kind of watches him leave and almost like cautiously holding the map, looks back at you guys and goes, okay, so are your friends okay? And she just sort of, I guess you can talk to them later. Here, and she folds up this map and hands it over to you guys and says, I'll be honest with you, I'm not quite sure what to do next. We know where they are now, but, and she kind of peeks back over at the map in your hands and says, we're not very close.
We can be, at least.
Yeah, she sort of taps out on the map, and after a second, it just kind of measures with her hand like this, and she says, "Whew, well, we're not 300 miles away. We've got that at least.
Well, it looks like we have a road trip ahead of us then."
She says, I'll be honest, I was dearly hoping it would be a little more within reach so that we could send a caravan of our own. We can provide you with horses, but we'll need the staff around here in the coming days, especially after the disaster up in Temple Heights. There's going to be a few funerals, as I'm sure you can understand.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Cal. If you can, Cal and Nick, bring your friends back at some point. We can patch you up, offer you some supplies for the trip. That's the best we can really offer you. Thanks for the Foley work.
The sound of soda.
Yeah. Thank you again, Cal.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
She sort of waves as you head out and turns back to some of her priests and starts sort of shooing them back to whatever tasks they're neglecting as you head out of Temple Heights. That was a bit of a start to the ninth episode.
Woo!
You know, how many episodes in a row have we said we're going to try and make it less depressing?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Every episode we just
9.
say, it's
This
going to
is
be
the
relaxed.
emo D&D.
It's going to be relaxed.
It is
Okay.
emo D&D.
The first one wasn't
So,
depressing.
Nick and Cal, Busto and Orion, what would you like to do?
Well, first of all, we need to
We're
go back to
going
the
back
inn
to
to
the inn.
find Busto.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we're there... You know what? I have an idea. This town might be in a little bit of turmoil right now, but I feel like we could take a break. Right?
I need a break.
Yeah.
I need a long break.
Who wants to go drink?
Yeah, me.
I'm just gonna go out where
Wait.
I usually sleep.
Busto?
I'm not here, bro.
Question? What?
We went back to the end again.
Oh, you're just
yeah, we're
recently.
here. We're here.
Yeah, I was at the inn in the room
Oh.
talking to you.
Well, I have a tea in my hand, bro.
Busto, question.
He's already got a drink.
I mean, you can drink that. That's perfectly fine. Do you have any teas that might relax me at all?
You asking me for drugs?
That's literally
I
just
exactly what
I just
he's
don't want to
doing.
fucking like freak out and stab someone in the throat with a fucking bottle.
I just
Do you have
I want to clarify.
specialty?
Yes.
You're asking me for drugs.
Yes.
Do you have
I asked
specialty?
for drugs.
If I. And then you'd kind of like see Busto's gears turning in his head.
Gear.
Single gear. It's not connected to anything.
Good job, Trevor.
Cobwebs
Good one.
moving
Yes.
around. Oh, no.
You get me Camelot.
Camelot. That's a tea.
Where's that a drug?
Plant. I make tea for you. You relax.
Do you? Do you mean because I probably have some knowledge of that Camelot is not a tea? Right? Probably, I'd say he does. Do you mean chamomile? If so, I was thinking of something a little bit stronger.
Camo what?
You know what? Let's just go drinking.
Calamari?
We're not on the ocean.
Yeah, let's just go. Let's just go. We'll have fun.
Fun.
You can drink your tea, and if I do anything brash, then
Get
I
him.
don't know.
Restrain him.
You relax.
Yes, perfect. All right.
Okay.
Where's the closest bar that's not this one or the one we got kicked out of?
Yeah, please.
Question, my dude.
Is there one?
Is that the bar we
List
haven't
the
been
bars
banned
you know.
from?
You're in 16, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Pow. Okay, you're in 14. So, you've been, which bar did you get kicked out of?
I
Was
think
it the,
11.
It was
God,
the
it
something.
was-
It was like the hog.
was,
something.
the Drunken Boar?
No,
Was
it
that
was,
it?
it was a barbecue place, I think.
Oh, right. That one was, oh yeah, that one was across town. So, the ones close to you,
Let's get fucking crunk, guys. Let's get fucking crunk. Underage drinking is not a good thing. We are drinking soda.
Yes. Also.
The way you're just staring into the camera, bro.
8 and 9, right across town from you, are both taverns. It's
Nice.
the Drunken Boar and the Gilded Rose.
We
they're
should go to
both-
the Rose one. That's
They're both fairly reputable.
Okay, which one is
Best place
the?
to get shit
Yeah,
faced.
yeah. I feel like the Golden Rose sounds a little bit.
So that's wine and
Fucking
The Drunken Boar?
yeah,
that's just mead.
yeah. Let's just go for it.
Comes straight from the orange.
All
Fuck
right.
it, boys.
You're really having trouble with the whole relax idea.
Well,
It really
no,
is.
this is relaxed, all right.
Hey,
Compared to
guys,
all of our
guys,
other
guys.
shit.
That's
Let's go
actually
get chill.
true.
What?
You've never seen that movie? What movie is that from? Have you seen
Stop.
Oh,
this.
no movie references. You're gonna ruin this.
Shut the fuck up.
that?
Um,
Chill movie.
I think I know what reference. Whatever, dude. It's fine.
So,
That's a good movie.
you head back down Marble Street, all the way to the opposite end of town. Actually, pretty close to the graveyard. The Gilded Rose is actually the building that you
What to?
snuck through the back of.
No, we're
the-
going to the hog one.
The
Or
Drunken
it's-
Boar.
the
Yeah,
Drunken
yeah.
Boar. I know, but the Gilded
Oh,
Rose.
the Golden
is,
Rose
It's
is
the
just-
Gilded Rose
okay.
is
Just
right
there.
next to the Drunken
Yeah.
Boar.
Okay.
And you actually recognize this is the building you snuck through the back of to get into Tom's grocery shop. And right next to it actually is this really short, squat building. It doesn't actually seem to be a tavern. It looks like it's just someone's house. But right in front of it, there's this cutaway section that leads down into some sort of a basement section.
This is a good place.
And it has
guys.
these big signs, like 6 different signs hanging around, all pointing down towards the door, and they all say the Drunken Boar.
Okay, you know it's a good place when it's
Yeah.
1 underground, number
Is it
2
neon? Are the
more than
signs
one
neon?
sign.
I
They're
don't.
like,
Magically
they're
neon?
blinking. They're doing the little.
Please.
I'd say they're painted in neon colors.
Okay.
They aren't glowing.
Okay.
That's acceptable.
There's lots of
Let's
candles.
go.
Lots of candles and lanterns.
Okay. Are they
Um,
crunk candles? Like the red and blue?
You're testing his patience.
Pin on it.
Maybe some of the lanterns have colored glass.
Yes.
Okay. I'll allow that.
Okay.
You head down these stairs. They're actually like stone, not like actually properly built, just sort of cut out of the earth. And there isn't actually a door. You just kind of head down, and suddenly you're in this tavern basement. It's windowless, but there's a good 6 or 7 tables scattered around, and a big bar that takes up one of the whole left walls, with this big, like, almost museum exhibit of different drinks, and this tall, dark elf man behind the counter serving drinks and chatting with the patrons around him.
Who's
Okay.
going first?
Wait, I have 2 questions.
Sure.
What does he look like?
Or yeah, that was basically one
Is
of
he
them.
hot?
That was
That's what
that
she was
was,
gonna ask.
that was exactly
I beg
what I
you
was
do
gonna
what I'm
ask.
thinking you may have done, just for the fucketry,
It wasn't what I was thinking, but I do like it.
please.
He's okay, fine. He's tall. He's got this white hair tied back in a ponytail and this dark skin with these very sharp facial features and these just pale eyes. He looks like a lot of fun.
So then he's not hot. He's like negative hot.
How well did he roll? I forget.
I literally forgot.
He was pretty well. He's fairly hot, by dark elf standards at least.
I remember just disliking this guy. Who is this guy again? I can't. My brain isn't functioning.
I don't know. This guy seems pretty cool though.
Who was he? My brain is not I remember.
Man,
I
he looks like
hated
he'd be really good in a robe.
him. Oh fuck!
You didn't get it?
Um,
For context stream, this was my old character named Ederfine,
I didn't actually think of this while I was
who
talking about.
who was a drunk. I saw tall dark elf and I was like,
I like inner universe connections. We can go with that.
yes.
I'm gonna go punch him.
Yeah, me too. My question was, how many people are in here? What's like the vibe of vis-a-vis people who are in this bar?
It seems like a sort of hole-in-the-wall place that started as an exclusive club but has been spread among friends for so long that it's actually got a pretty bustling activity.
Nice.
There's lots of people hanging around. You notice it seems like almost nobody's alone, which is interesting. People are talking, chatting. It's not actively rowdy, but there seems to be this sort of underlying air of
Rowdiness.
excitement.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to the bar and, like any old-fashioned Western movie, just
Yeah.
I'm like, if you imagine you do this like way down the bar, like he's not even on the same side as you.
and I walk over to the part where he is.
He sort of looks up at you and cocks an eyebrow and goes, "Oh, good evening. Welcome to the Drunken Boar. Can I get you anything?"
Yeah. Do you have anything that's like not insanely strong, but something that might make my night a little bit better?
He flashes you this toothy grin and goes, "Of course we do. That's the whole business, isn't it?" And he pulls out this big bottle, kind of holds it out to you. You can see
Is he blind?
he is not blind.
Fuck. Okay.
Oh,
he
damn
just
it.
sees me go.
No. And he holds out this bottle. It's this dark glass with a bright pink label. It's got a like almost a westernish or easternish dragon. It's one of those long serpents, like a worm
Nice,
or something on it. It says Dragon's Tail Mead, and he says, "Of your fancy?"
This is gonna sound really bad because we're like in medieval fantasy. Can I have a sample?
Classic Cal.
He goes, "If you promise to buy some afterward."
I don't think that's how samples work. But you've got me. I'll buy. I'll just get a pint of it.
All right. It's only gonna be around 2 silver pieces.
Okay.
But he pulls out this big wooden mug from behind the counter and fills it right up to the brim with some Dragon's Tail mead and passes it over to you. Did you guys follow Cal, by the way? Are you anywhere near him?
Yes.
Where are you?
I went back where I usually sleep.
Oh my God,
Okay.
he's
Started
so
over fire.
emo.
So you're not even here.
No.
Good to know. But he sort of looks behind at Busto and Nick, and he says, "Can I get the two of you anything? Either? Is it same thing? Whole group?"
I'll wait until after he's had his sample to decide that.
He says, "Fair enough," and he kind of flicks this bottle, kind of spinning it in his hand, and slides it back into the wall behind him, and then walks off to tend to someone else.
Bottoms up, motherfucker!
It's warm, which is a little strange. It seems heated almost. but it's smooth, a bit bitter.
How messed up am I gonna be if I have a bunch of this?
After downing the first pint, you don't feel too inebriated, but you do feel almost like you're sitting by a campfire. You feel this kind of relaxing warmth.
Okay, I'll keep with that. I didn't drink all of it, right? Or did I?
Did you?
I did.
You did bottoms
Yeah,
up.
no, I did.
Yeah, you sure did.
All right.
Tasted all right.
That was actually pretty good.
Not exactly fruity, but sweet.
Don't know if you would want it if you really want to get crunk.
It sounds so wrong coming
Yeah,
out of cow's mouth.
exactly.
But it's nice for me. Can I like signal down to the bartender again?
Do that little like pretentious like.
No, I'm
wait
not gonna
a-
fucking. I'm not an asshole. I'm just gonna
Flag him down. Yeah.
and then put 2 more silver
more?
on the bar.
He sort of looks at you and nods, and then a second later, after finishing serving whoever it is, he kind of trots back over to you and slides to a stop and goes, "Another serving of the same."
Yes, please, thank you.
He says, "Excellent," and he pulls out that bottle and refills your drink, almost overflowing this time. And then
Oh.
I like your accent. Where are you from?
he says, "Oh, I'm from all over. I've visited lots of parts. Vandelberg, Celisette. I'm a well-traveled man."
Oh, very nice. Thank you.
He says, "Is that all you'll be having? We do have stronger meats if you're interested."
No, I'm good. I don't want to do
Cal.
anything particularly
Cal.
stupid. What?
Cal, get me whiskey, please.
You heard the lady?
And he goes, "Oh, of course," and he reaches up to a higher shelf and pulls out this almost like spherical bottle
nice.
of this dark amber liquid, and he pours you a pint just like Cal's.
Pint.
Wow.
Dude, she's gonna go.
Yeah,
Glug, glug, glug.
yeah.
Her body won't be able to take it. She's so small.
You'll see.
He slides it across the bar towards
Oh my
Nick and says,
God.
Nick is a fucking party monster.
"Pace yourself. Don't start any fights."
And how much was that?
Don't get alcohol poisoning.
That would be about 5 silver
Silver?
pieces.
Gold?
Silver pieces.
Okay.
Dude,
okay.
5 gold for a drink.
That's why I was like,
it's like usually you get a shot.
yeah, I'll pay for it.
Oh, thanks.
It's mead. It's whiskey. It's medieval.
Don't worry about it. Just shut.
And I am going to bring it over to Busto.
Oh my god.
You really want Busto to be crunk?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
fucking I regretted saying it when I said it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually sees you do this, and it looks like he was about to head off again, but he actually kind of turns and comes back to the bar,
He's like, oh my god.
and starts and sort of leans down on the bar like this and watches you interact with the giant.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Hello.
So, like, I take it you don't have, like, drinks in the woods, right?
I
Drink.
think Busto might be best with tea.
Yeah, I just think he could, but this is.
What?
Would you like to try some?
Yeah.
What?
No.
What is it?
Okay, it's like.
Just try it. I'm gonna give him mine because
Oh.
mine's pretty nice.
Mine's nicer.
No, it's not. That would
I would
fuck him
take
up.
hers.
Nick's is nicer.
Yes,
No,
it
no.
is.
That was out of game. You didn't hear anything, Busto. I'm gonna
No,
give
it
him
is
mine.
22 passive perception. You can hear everything.
No,
I
it
can
was
hear
out of-
in or
no,
out
he
of
can't
game.
hear into the
He has so
fucking-
much.
With 22
Real
passive
world.
perception, he can hear us.
He's like, wait a second, what? This is a game?
Existential.
Busto is literally.
The gods told me.
No, man, I think you'd prefer this one. And I pass him my
I'm just gonna
whiskey.
take it. I'm gonna smell it.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
Gotta
it's
puke.
it's. I mean, it's strong. It smells strong.
I'm gonna kind of like
It's like
dip
my
my
breath.
finger in it. And
Ew, he's sticking his hands in my drink.
He's doing it like if fucking people did cocaine. Just like,
He's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't taste great.
it also
It's
tastes like
it's
your
like
fucking
finger.
finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
like
think
saltier
Busta
than
washes his
usual.
hands all that
It's just
often.
like a little gritty and
He's always
gross.
petting his wolf.
Oh fuck, dude, that's so good.
so, doesn't taste very good.
Not great.
Tastes like you're sucking on your
Good.
thumb.
Good with tea.
He's just like,
The bartender actually hears you say that, and he says, "Would you like something of a better taste? I could. I'll be honest. I'm quite interested in seeing what you can do."
also weird.
You don't get giants all that often, I must say.
Yeah, yes. Sweeter taste. You have thing that tastes like tea?
We have tea.
Excuse me, do you have any sort of red wines? That's probably the best he's going to get.
Actually, I might have something a little bit better. And he reaches down underneath the bar in front of him, actually.
Tea whiskey.
And no, he pulls out this little vial in the shape of a boar.
That doesn't sound good.
It's about this big.
Dude, it's that fucking cologne from Anchorman. It's like the leopard's head cologne. It works 60% of the
Oh,
time.
I'm glad we're not doing
every
movie
time.
references.
That's true.
We're sorry.
And
It's
he,
because we didn't get yours.
he holds this one almost with reverence and twists off the top of the vial and then kind of goes up to Buster. What are you tea?
Can I make an
Why
insight
don't you
check
keep-
to make sure
keep
that's
some?
not fucking
Yeah,
poison?
that's what I
Sure.
want to do. I want to first make an insight check.
What did you do with your drink? It just got all in my eyes.
18.
20 total.
20. He seems excited, not malicious particularly.
That's
Okay.
He might not have your best intentions in mind,
It's
but
a
he's
new
not trying to
drug
poison
he's
you.
testing.
sweet. Yeah.
It's like, here you
he's
go,
like,
fucking have some LSD. Buster's like, ah!
Mind blown. Yeah, yes.
He
Drink just got in my
He sort of
eye.
slowly tilts it and puts like 3 drops into your tea, and then kind of moves the cup a little to get you to sort of stir it up, and then recaps it and puts it underneath. Then he glances over at you, Cal, briefly, and sees you looking at him and goes, "This first one's on the house." And he says,
I thought it was a
Thank
bad
you.
move.
Fucking.
yeah.
"He says,
I'll give you 2.
so, I don't know if I got your names. Did I?"
I don't think so.
That's Nick. That's Cal. I am Shuttle Go Busto.
This is
I'll have a rhyme.
interesting lot.
And we have Orion over here. He's one of our friends as well.
No,
He's
he's
in the
not
woods.
there. He's
Yeah, he's
not
not
there.
Oh, you're not there? What?
No,
No,
he
he's in the
fucking
woods.
took off into the woods.
Oh shit, I didn't realize that. Fuck.
You did. You made an emo
He says-
joke about it to me.
He says,
Yeah.
well,
And you
well,
erased it.
go shuttle.
Go shovel. That's your first name.
How is it? I'm Oswald, by the way.
Oh,
Oswald?
Oswald Philbig.
Nice to meet you.
Philbing?
Philbig.
Feel
Philbig.
big?
Feel my big.
Filbeg.
Oswald, feel big.
I hate it.
Continue.
Oh, I was done.
Drunken Boar, right?
Drunken boar.
Okay. Drunken Boar Tavern.
Notes. The best part of D&D.
You're
You
writing
guys-
shit
you guys
down.
are
I'm gonna try it.
behind on your notes. I'm like,
Well, it's very nice meeting you, Oswald. If we have any more requests,
Oswald, feel big.
Does it taste good at all?
It still tastes like tea. You can't actually
there's
really
literally
tell.
no effect on him.
He didn't say
Is
that.
it cold? Did you say it was cold?
Yeah, I didn't
He
didn't say that.
He didn't say. He just says that it tastes like tea, bro.
Is it like cold tea?
No, it's
No,
always
it's still
hot.
as regular.
It's
It's-
eternally hot. He just goes. and it's
I
warm
beg
again.
I get a teacup that just
Um,
makes my tea internally
that
hot.
would be an
Oh,
awesome
thermos.
You
magic
keep drinking the
item.
tea. It doesn't seem to taste any different.
I'm just gonna keep drinking it like I know.
Sure.
it.
Buster, can you roll make a Constitution
Fuck! I knew this was coming, bro.
check for me?
Ah, fuck! I knew this was gonna happen. I don't know why. Why did I agree to this? This is a bad move. I apologize. Don't put up
It's too late.
my. It's too late.
Copyright. Nope. Sorry. Whoops.
15 plus
I can't believe how much of this I have to hear in between streams.
plus it's 2 7 17.
17. Yeah, you as you drink it, you start to feel a little bit dizzier. But you keep a fair hold on your drink. You don't.
Can I notice this?
You notice he sort of starts to sway ever so slightly while
I'm like-
he's drinking his
Is
tea.
it a drunk sway or is it like a?
It's a little bit of
sway?
both. A little bit of both.
He's like.
Pretty much. You notice actually Oswald has poured himself a drink and seems to be staying to.
Is it the same stuff that he puts?
No,
that stuff-
it's some other dark, almost a blue green mead.
Nah, I
He
wish
seems
I
to
was
be-
there.
Seaweed.
He seems to be enjoying
Fucking
it.
Jolly Rancher Capri Suns.
Dude.
Dude, those things are dope. Alright. Is there darts? Is someone playing darts?
Would I be inebriated at this point? Sorry to interrupt.
You're getting there.
What'd you say?
Okay.
You roll
No,
pretty
you're
well.
just swaying
Your
around.
constitution is pretty good, but
I just want to make sure in case, because I'm gonna roleplay actually being drunk. So
What did you say?
nothing.
Um,
You find out in a minute.
You said
he sees you start to finish the drink, and Oswald actually pipes up again. He's like, if you'd like, I can give you a bit more. It's gonna can't have everything on the
Can I
house.
hear
This stuff's
that?
expensive.
Like,
Um,
as I'm walking away
he's-
to go find darts.
Yeah, sure.
Don't think he needs any more. Thank you though. I think
I'm
we should
feeling good.
we should just try it. Just this one. Once he finishes that cup, we can come to that decision. Okay.
He says, of course.
Okay. Thank you. Busto, come with me. Please. Busto.
How much is a vial?
Oh my god.
He sort of looks at Cal, and then he looks to you, Nick, and he says, I'll cut half off the price. Just charge you a gold.
A gold man?
He says, it's not cheap. It's our specialty, but it's not easy to make.
He's
I
like a kid. Like you
Yeah.
understand.
It's like
I'm gonna kind of just try to pat myself. Try to find.
Somebody stole his gold.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm not
God,
gonna
I
find the
wonder.
gold.
I'm just
I
gonna
wonder
I'm gonna
who.
flick him a gold.
And then I'm taking the vial, bro.
He doesn't do a very good job of catching. He kind of fumbles it with his hands, and then holds it up. He's like, and tucks it back behind the bar.
Thank
and then
you.
he pulls out that little vial again and puts it over your drink, and it's like a bit.
Wait,
Not
you
qu-
put more in it? I
not
thought
quite-
he was just buying the vial.
Yeah,
Fuck.
that's what I thought. I thought we were just buying the vial.
No, he was just giving you a shot of it, man.
Oh.
Yeah, this time it wasn't just 3 drops. It's enough that the tea kind of changes into a darker shade of brown.
Oh shit, boy, what up?
Did you just chug all of the tea?
No, luckily. I have about
He did chug all his water though.
no. I still have some water. I have like maybe.
I'm just gonna rock over to Busto and be like, fuck it. Just spit off the rest. Oh my god.
Do you let him?
Dude, I'm pretty great right now, dude.
Can you both roll Constitution checks with disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Yeah,
bro.
because he gave you so much, man.
Oh, okay, that's an oof.
What was
That's,
that?
that's a bigger oof.
Solid 7, boys.
Yeah, 7.
Nick, you see Cal kind of he walks over and takes a bit and drinks a
Passes
little bit
out.
more, and then you see Buster kind of take it, but he's like, give it back, and then they both seem to be taking turns until finally Cal
like
Cal
two
just
cavemen.
takes it back and just like the rest, and then you see he kind of goes to set it down on the table and palms the drink, and it sort of falls over on its side, and then Busto and Cal both are kind of standing there like, you can see they're getting kind of eyes are getting a bit wide, and
Even in this fucked state, I need to pick up my teacup. I need my teacup.
it's not on the floor, it's just tipped over on a table.
I'm picking it up and I'm at least putting it in my bag.
Okay.
Slowly, shakily.
Yeah. Yeah, that slight dizziness is getting pretty intense at this point. Your feet look a bit far away. You do feel pretty good, though, I gotta say. You feel strong, powerful. Pretty much,
I
yeah.
do. I feel strong and powerful. Or like, does my brain feel strong and powerful, but my body's like,
It's a bit the other way, actually. Your brain feels kind of a little bit slushy, but your body feels like, oh.
Busto drunk is the best thing in the world.
Like, hey, Cal.
What?
Hey, Cal. How many fingers am I holding up?
4. I'm gonna go play darts.
What is darts?
You sound like Barney.
Probably best you don't find out. Is there any?
We should have sling competition.
What is that?
You shoot things with sling. I play
That sounds fantastic.
I play with many deer.
Wait, what?
I play sling with deer.
They
In
enjoy it
woods.
very much.
They love sling.
Oswald, do you have sling?
He is openly smiling at these two now. And he says,
I'm like crying.
This is
Yep. No. Okay. Do you have darts?
He says, he kind of points over to the corner of the bar. He says, you wouldn't want to be heading over there in this state, though, right?
I'm gonna walk over to the darts.
He says,
I'm-
wait.
I'm
You-
gonna like
he
grab
says,
him.
He says, you're not nearly enough. You're not nearly drunk enough for our games. And he says,
Oh,
and he takes out that little,
challenge
Challenge
accepted, buddy.
he takes out that little vial
I'm
again.
gonna finish that entire thing of like that I already had, like that dragon's tail shit.
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna pee
dude,
so bad after
make-
this.
make a dexterity
I
check.
pee fucking white fire after this shit.
Make a dexterity check with disadvantage.
That's a 4.
Does my arm fucking break? It's like it's a 4.
Nick, he spills like half the drink on himself.
I'm like
Um,
cracking
he-
up.
Ah, it's raining.
I'm gonna cast Druidcraft and make sure it's raining.
So Cal, you say that, oh, it's raining, and then suddenly there's a boom, and as Buster seems to be swinging his hands around kind of lazily, and then you hear this from outside as this very abrupt thunderstorm starts, and Oswald,
I just accidentally caused a thunderstorm.
yeah,
How big?
I want to do something really awful that might get me kicked out of this place.
No.
It's only be the second one in town.
No, you
Oswald, kind of ropes me. He's like, hey, come here, friend, and he pulls out that little vial of boar juice. Like, I don't know what to call it, boar juice.
Ew.
And he kind of waves it in front of your face a little bit. And he says, it's only 2 gold. It's not that pricey.
No.
All right, can I make an intelligence check? 'Cause
You
Cal is
say
probably gonna be
With
"Oh, this is fucked."
disadvantage, right?
With disadvantage.
You said
You got a 2.
We could get a 1.
No. Okay,
I'm
so it's-
intervening
It's like
real quick.
it's like fucking. I
3.
think it's no, it's not. My intelligence. is better than that. It's
Can I intervene?
5.
And in what way?
You said free.
So Cal,
That's
you
a
kind
good
of-
point.
You kind of narrow your eyes in for a second, and you think about it, Cal. You think about it really hard, and you keep thinking about it, and man, you remember, oh, that drink is really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, you really think about it. Oh, it's so good. And then Busto kind of stumbles over onto the counter and goes, it's free.
I'm just gonna burp and cast thaumaturgy, and all of the windows and doors in the entire place are just gonna just slam open.
I can't.
I was gonna make it so all the bottles would fall off the shelf, but
That's
that was
shitty,
gonna get us
yeah.
kicked out.
Okay.
There are no windows and doors, bro.
All the chairs that no one's sitting in are just gonna fucking flip.
Yeah, you kind of, Busto says his little thing, and you kind of, and then all the tables just, and Oswald kind of actually pulls the boar juice away from you a little and goes,
Wait, Oswald, you know what, man? I'll buy it, because they're too fucked up. I'll buy it.
he says, how much would you like?
Like, is it a dose? I don't know. Is it a shot? What do you call it?
A lot.
It's free.
He says, Nick, if you don't want to worry about it, I can just give you the rest of the bottle
Yeah.
for 5 gold.
Fucking, yeah, sure. I'll take it.
And he puts out a hand and takes
Yeah,
the gold and then
I
hands the
Cheers.
about half empty vial back to you.
Nice. Okay.
The entire vial.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what, Busto?
I'm gonna fucking grab it.
Busto? No, you're not.
I'm gonna grab it and try to just like share it between me and Buster.
Yeah,
Just
bro.
like, that looks bad. No.
Meme.
I'm being-
Emily, get the timestamp
No,
on that. I'm
fuck.
using it for the
No.
About, like,
Awesome.
Fuck.
13 minutes, got it.
Yes.
Perfect.
oh my god.
You know what, man?
Can I try to grab it?
Sure.
Can I make a dex something to keep it away from him?
I'm not gonna make you roll this time, Cal. Nick, just make a dex saving throw.
Advantage?
Yeah, with advantage.
Fuck.
He's not doing a very good job.
Bad.
Yeah. 15.
Fuck that. What? You got like a 6.
Yeah.
+7? Are you fucking serious?
What a feat!
It's
Uh,
not actually my feet.
Cal makes this sort of ham-fisted attempt to paw the bottle out of your hand, but you sort of spin around and put yourself in between him and the vial.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. I'm gonna go over the darts.
I'm gonna go talk to Oswald real quick.
Sure.
You're already there.
He like walks around the room and walks back.
Then where is he?
I don't have gold,
You don't.
but
Oh. Okay.
I make flour.
He says, and I'd appreciate that very much, but
You appreciate Druidcraft and make a flour.
out of the bar?
No,
Oh,
I can.
shit.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And Roots would have to go through the bar, which would break the wood.
No, I mean like
Bottle
on
of water.
top of the table itself.
Yeah.
That's true.
He waves a hand and this flower just blossoms into being in front of him. And Oswald kind of looks at it a little and picks it up and thank you, Busto.
You're
It's very
welcome.
thoughtful of you. I can't serve you for flowers though.
Aw. How do I make gold?
Says he kind of looks over at you, Nick, and goes, "Oh, I'll tell you when you're older." And he kind of pats you on the head a little bit.
I'm older than you.
He says, "Apparently not in the ways that count, right, Nick?"
Oh
Just-
yeah, right.
I
You know
was.
what?
You think you're funny?
Yeah.
You're at the darts.
Fuck.
I
Yeah.
think, man, he's actually gonna be your problem now, and I'm gonna pour some of that into my whiskey.
Oh
And
fuck, we're gonna be so fucked.
I'm gonna have to go fucking get these guys.
yeah, you really do.
I'm gonna have to get
and
on
I
my
will
cow.
do that and drink that.
Ride to
Okay.
the bar.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
I will. Well,
How much did you put in, by the way?
a little, like
Okay.
a dose, right?
All right.
Well,
3 drops?
it was a 5.
Ooh.
Oof. Oof is right. I mean, man, maybe the combination
Where's
of the
the
whiskey and the pour juice. But you start feeling dizzy almost immediately.
juice?
She's only this
Yeah.
big. That's
Yeah.
a good point.
I'm not that
Did
big.
they milk
Right,
the
you're-
boar for this?
That big.
Yeah, they did.
Trade secret. Oswald kind of arches his eyebrows and smiles at you and just nods and actually hands you a flower. He's like,
Oh my god.
Buster's
Guys.
like, what the fuck, dude?
How long have they been
Guys,
gone?
he likes
not
me.
long yet.
He likes me. Hey, can I freak you out?
Sure.
And I would
She's
like,
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
and I would like to mimic his voice uncannily
Oh,
well.
What?
Shit.
What?
Yeah.
That's the feat.
Yeah, I can mimic the speech
You have
of
actor?
another person.
Did you
yeah.
pick up? Yeah. Actors.
What do you
great.
say,
Actors
Isabel?
are fun
She's
fucking
like,
feat.
hey, how you
What do I say? I
What did he just say?
I say, hey, my name's Oswald. my dick is really small.
Oh, come on.
In his exact voice.
Dude, he is gonna be so sad.
He cycles through a couple emotions. He looks very surprised and then concerned and then almost hurt and kind of puts a hand on his chest and goes, "Oh, and he kind
He
of
just gave you a fucking flower.
This is one from PG.
Oh, it wasn't. We've been swearing.
Oswald.
Close enough.
Oswald. I'm magic.
he says,
No.
he's starting to look a little bit like he might have bit off more than he can chew, and he kind of goes, I noticed,
I'm like really magical.
he goes, I'm sure you, I have some other customers, if you just excuse me for a second. He like,
What's customers?
he doesn't answer, he just runs off down the other end of the bar. Cal, you've made it to the darts by now, I'd say.
I tried to
Took
find
you that
Cal at this
long.
point.
I've been like stumbling.
Yeah,
I
me
just
Yeah,
wanna-
too.
there's this big dartboard, kind of not a normal round shape, almost in the shape of like aiming dummy. There's a torso part and a head part, and a bunch of darts
classy.
scattered around, stuck in the walls, the floor, tables.
Man, those guys are bad at this.
And it doesn't look like anyone's playing right now, though.
I want to go over there as soon as possible because Oswald's fucked off.
Can I? Question.
Yeah.
Can I take my trident and fucking throw it into the dartboard?
Sure. Yeah, Buster, it's not hard to find him because you hear after a second this loud shout and then a thunk and a slight crack noise and from the back of the bar you actually hear Oswald go, oh.
Darts.
And you see Cal kind of in the corner trying to sort of unsuccessfully trying to wrench his trident back out of the
Pushing my
wall.
foot up against
Yeah.
the wall.
Can I try to help him?
You
Sure.
the ground.
Yeah. While you're failing to pull your trident from
Hey
the
man,
wood,
I put some points into my strength. Just saying.
it's
Pretty small now.
well, Busto comes up and kind of also puts a hand on the trident and boom, and it comes out of the wall, and you both sort of stumble back a little before steadying yourself.
Good job. Thank you. Yep. Okay. I'm just gonna walk away.
At least it's not a depressing one.
Darts?
Darts.
No, that's not darts. That's just my fork.
Your darts?
Can I have that back? Thank you. I'm gonna try to pull it out of his hand.
I'm holding on to it, man.
Busto doesn't seem to want to give it back.
Can I?
Both make strength with disadvantage.
This your
Inflict
staff?
wounds.
This
Oh my
your
God.
staff?
What?
This your staff?
Yes, this is my staff. It means a lot to me.
I'm gonna pull up my staff.
Wow.
This my staff.
That's awesome, Busto. Can I have my staff back now, please?
Which one is your staff?
Oh no!
Oh.
I'm gonna touch his hand. This one, let go with this hand.
This one?
No, wrong hand.
No, my staff.
His staff kind of clatters to the floor, and Busto somewhat successfully picks it back up. It only takes a little bit of scuttling
Can I just
around.
fucking tickle his arm
That's a good
for
one.
him to let go of it.
Sure. Busto, are you
Roll
ticklish?
tickle.
I'd say I'm pretty. No, I don't know because of all
Also
like.
seems like the ticklish type.
Yeah, Busto
He
seems
really
like he's
does.
like, I'm gonna fuck you. Oh, fuck it.
Well, I would just say no because of like all the animals that like would sleep on him.
That's true.
That's a good point.
That's
Yeah.
why you like.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working.
I'm just gonna stab him.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Can you stab him without his
Oh
trident?
fuck!
Dude. Yeah, I have daggers. Oh
What was it?
no.
12? Okay, yeah,
Stab him
Busto,
with your horns.
Cal kind of, his brow kind of screws up, and he goes, he's like, and then he just like slaps you in the chest, and this like little plume of smoke and a little like few spark kind of around you. It doesn't really hurt though.
This is like triggering in my brain.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like problem. Like oh fuck. I'm like, okay. I give
Let's
you
just give my
staff.
staff,
I
please.
give you staff.
Yeah, but let the one. Let go of both of them at the
Busto.
same time. Both of them.
Both.
Both.
What is both?
There we go. Don't take that away.
And then like whatever one he doesn't take, I'm taking.
He just picks up a fucking the leg of a chair.
Yeah.
My stab?
No, you get your trident back. Buster seems he looks like you just explained quantum physics to him. He's like, whoa. But he doesn't seem to be trying to steal it back.
Who else is in this tavern?
I was literally just about to ask.
It's a mixed crowd.
you're
Probably the closest person to you would be this actual pair. It's a dwarvish, very young, with a like strangely short beard for a dwarf, and this tall red-headed man with him. They're both drinking and actually seem to be watching you and chuckling to themselves.
Heavy is the bird
Oh no.
in the bush. Just wait. You'll eat your humble crow.
That's even worse than normal.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Busto. Really insightful. They're just watching me. What are they doing again? They're just
They're
sitting
They
down.
just seem to be
you.
enjoying their drinks and kind of watching you guys fight over the staffs.
If a tree fell,
What did you just roll?
Oh, it was a bad one.
It's a nat 1.
For what? Your wisdom saving?
They're making fun of me.
Wait, have they been there very long yet? Have they been there very long yet?
Maybe an hour at most.
Damn it! Keep going.
For tree.
Can I give me advantage?
No, man. I'm tempted to give you disadvantage because you're drunk, but
But
You
he's
can't
so-
give
It
it.
can get worse than that.
yeah.
If a tree fell
While Busto is
and
narrating,
nobody was there to see it, would it kill 2 birds with 1 stone?
Nick, you
Fucking.
man, there's a lot to pay attention to, but Busto is just narrating at nobody, and Cal kind of has started to get very agitated. He's looking at something over your shoulder, and you turn to see, and you see these 2 figures, sort of looking, and they're laughing for a second, and then suddenly their eyes kind of get wide, and
One horn grows out faster than the other one because I'm all fucked up. So it's like.
but suddenly Cal races past you, and you actually see him dive through the air and tackle both of them, knocking over the table with those full horns and this just white fire starting to billow around him. And he's just screaming and pounding on one of them. Cal, can you roll the hit for me? Unarmed strike?
That one.
No,
Now he gets a good roll.
no, it's not in that one. It's plus my strength,
18.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's plus 4. So that's oh my
You have
God,
plus
that's
4 to
20.
strength?
No, it's it have a.
For
I have
unarmed
a-
strike.
Okay.
I think I'm proficient in it, so I get my proficiency bonus too.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage for me then. Actually, I don't think you need. It's
Unarmed
just
strike
1
is
plus
just-
something.
Yeah, it's
It's 1 plus
3
your
damage.
strength.
I do
So
3
3
damage.
1 plus your strength.
Yeah, Nick, you see he just starts to wail like 2 fists, 1 fist. He's specifically mostly hitting the dwarf. The redheaded man did get a couple blows, but he's sort of backed away. What do you 2 do?
Would I see this just with my passive perception?
Yeah, I mean you're paying attention. You notice him.
I'm gonna like
Yeah.
sprint
Hey,
to that.
Besto, will you fix it?
I'm sprinting over there.
I like that Nick just gets super unhappy.
I don't want to deal with it anymore.
Pretty bold of you to assume
Cal.
that she isn't always unhelpful.
Cal. Cal,
Hey, get him. Pick him up.
I'm gonna try
Yeah,
to like
he
pull
kind
him
of
away.
glances back at you for a second and then just like almost while still looking, just like
I'm gonna like pick Cal up and try to
Oh,
separate
there
him.
we go.
sure, roll strength with disadvantage.
I am gonna contest.
That's
it.
good.
Okay.
That's fine. Go ahead.
What do I
With
roll?
disadvantage too.
Okay.
Just strength.
15.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. 18.
18.
Wait,
That was my first
You didn't
roll
add your
too.
strength. You didn't add your strength.
Yeah, it's plus 11.
Yeah, you start to pick him up, and he sort of starts flailing around and gets like a foot on your leg and like pushes himself off of
I
you
don't wanna.
and tumbles back onto the floor. He is about a foot away from the dwarf, but
Okay. I'm gonna like just grab for the dwarf then.
sure, the dwarf doesn't seem to be resisting. You kind of drag him away.
Can I roll
Cal, what do you
medicine
do
on him?
though? What?
Can I roll medicine on him? Just try to like survey him, see how damaged he is.
Sure. Yeah. So Busto drags this dwarf away and starts to
23.
sort of almost with his back turned to you. You start to do something like wrapping his face or bandaging him. What do you do?
Can I try to snap out of it
Sure. Make a wisdom saving throw.
with advantage or disadvantage or
Just regularly.
just regular? Fucking
Hit your phone.
It did hit my phone. Yeah, that's 14.
14. Okay.
Against a 20.
Yeah. You kind of stumble to your feet and like stare him down. You don't seem to get less angry, but you don't feel inclined to keep bringing the pain.
Do my horns like ember away?
A little bit.
Okay.
Not so much. They fade a little and start to kind of crumble, but they're not gone.
I'm just gonna simply call out. He mad. Make him not mad.
At this point, Oswald has kind of caught up. He's come back around from the bar, and he comes up to you and he's like, "Oh, yeah, I noticed that. Busto, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna have to ask your friend to leave. He kind of goes, I can give him another one of those dragon tail drinks if you'd like, if you need to calm him down a bit. Cal, would you like that?
Nah, I'm good. I don't need any more of that. Thank you. I'm just gonna walk out.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave.
Another bar I gotta check off.
Yeah.
I like this place too.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Well,
That was not-
he only asked him to leave.
Yeah,
Sure.
we're fine. Who's like looks sort of old and really nice in this bar?
Oswald's not super old.
He's yeah.
Yeah, I'd say there's a table in the back where there's actually like a group of people. One of them more on the elderly side than the others.
I'm scared of you.
But they seem to
Look
have sort of
nice.
been noticing the commotion, but have gone back to their meals and drinks by
I
now.
just don't give a shit that I just fucking.
They-
Well, they notice, but you're leaving now,
They're
so
probably in here every week. They've seen shit.
Cool. I'm gonna go sit at their table.
sure.
Weird.
You kind of, I'd say you probably have to pull up a chair next to them.
Oh, if I have to pull up a chair, then I'm sitting on the table.
Okay. Yeah, you
Slides
kind of hop
onto
up
it.
and
Yeah.
start to lean down on your knee.
I've seen that somewhere.
The older fellow kind of leans back and he looks at you and goes, hello, dear.
Saxophone music.
Hi.
You seem to be a bit on my meal there. Could you get off of our table?
Oh yeah. Oops. I'm sorry.
What the fuck are you doing? Picking up a date.
Can I eat his food?
Sure. Yeah. You can kind of like reach under your
Yeah.
left leg and just like pull out these little
Jesus,
it's like
fucking
chips
toast.
basically,
Yeah.
and just start popping them in your mouth, and he looks really confused and kind of he looks completely unsure of what to do.
Good.
Nick.
That's and then one of the people behind him actually pipes up. He's like, "That's our food. Who are you? Get off our table."
Well,
Nick.
there's nowhere to sit.
And the older fellow kind of goes. He reaches over and drags a chair from one of the
Oh
tables
my
over
god.
for you. He
He's
goes,
so nice.
Be our guest as long as
Is she
you're not taking up eating space.
Cool. I'm gonna sit in the chair, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey man, so like, have you ever like have that thing where like you are like doing something and it's like, holy shit, I've done this before, and then but you haven't. Does that ever,
6 likes.
does that ever happen to anybody?
He kind of like looks around a little. He actually
Looks
looks
up.
down and he looks down at his mostly crushed food and kind of just slides it over to you and he says, I suppose I know what you mean. Just a part of life, right?
They're actually talking.
At least that's how I saw it.
Yeah, that you ever get that a lot? Like a lot?
I don't know. A lot is occasionally, I guess.
Oh hey,
Comes
also,
with age, maybe.
man, did you just give me your food?
This, you kind of, yeah, you might as well just take it.
Are you kidding?
He's like, no.
Oh my god. I'm gonna eat it with all my raised by goblin sensibilities.
So
Yeah,
just like
exactly.
shoveling it into your mouth with your
Exactly.
hands.
You just go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can I like
Pretty
walk
much.
over
Where
at
you
this point?
shake for a second.
Sure.
You're gobbling down food?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there is a table of 3 very.
Busto just starts
Confused
eating the fucking
people.
Table.
Busto. I love these guys so much.
He's just
Good.
fucking sleeping.
Very good.
What's happened? Orion left for like 10 minutes.
Nick.
You look so.
Do you need good berry?
Do you have any mistletoe anymore? I'm pretty sure you're out of mistletoe, bud.
He's like,
At least it's not a depressing episode.
not yet.
So, like,
Oswald. has mistletoe. I get berry from him. You want berry? You want berry if you friend of Nick?
They kind of look to you, Nick, and then like, well, we had our food. We're good. Thank you.
No.
Hey, wait.
You want good berry.
Hey, wait. Busto, let's go find Orion, because he didn't have anything to eat or drink. We should get him something.
We should get him good berry.
No, that's weird.
No, good berry is good.
And I'm gonna...
It is good berry.
Whatever's left on my plate, I'm gonna put it into my pocket. And I'm gonna be like, thank you guys so much.
The old man says, you're very welcome, dear. Can I give you a bit of sagely advice?
Am I gonna...
have
No.
good
God
advice.
Oh, no.
I mean,
But
it's
I
like,
hear your advice.
can I stop you though? No. So sure, hit me with it.
You can speak your good advice.
He says, don't cool it on the boar juice. Don't drink when you got something on your mind too much.
But then how do I make that go away?
He says,
Oh my god, this is Busto's first time ever drinking.
Yeah.
he says, I think you should go find your friend. We he looks over at his companions. He says, we really should be heading out, right? And the two kind of just nod and start to
Oh wait,
get up.
wait. You're.
Who are you two?
Oh, who are they? Who are you? Oh my god, I didn't know your name.
He kind of looks confused. He says, Gerald? And he
Gerald.
gestures over at the two, and
He got it from Gerald.
he kind of gestures over the two, and they look taken aback for a second. And one of them goes, Marcus, and the other says,
Marcus.
Lonnie.
Lottie. Lottie, fuck it up.
Lonnie
I
kind of
apologize.
Lonnie looks a little
Lonnie.
confused and says, she says, Lonnie, but
Good try.
close enough.
Well,
Hey
She's a
Gerald,
dang
you're.
Gerald.
Yeah, he's super smart. He's like my smartest friend now. And I take the flower and I sort of tuck it behind his ear.
Who, the guy?
Yeah.
Poke it in the eye. Make her poke it in the eye.
You like
Yeah,
you like
absolutely.
flowers?
Can you roll sleight of hand with disadvantage?
Yeah. I absolutely.
You
do.
like flowers?
Busto is now a botanist. Plot points.
12.
12? Yeah, you sort of slip it like loosely behind his ear, and he kind of tucks and goes, thank you.
Thank you.
Rips his ear apart.
I'm gonna cast your draft in the middle of the table, and just make a flowering bouquet appear
Just out of the wood or just on the table?
on the wood.
Okay. Yeah, this just bouquet starts to form, kind of right in the middle of their meals and drinks, but I mean it's a bit dripping from the mead it's half rested in, but it's a nice bouquet, that's for sure.
There you go.
Okay, man. Let's
I really
head
hope
out.
you like flower.
I'd say Marcus probably picks them up and maybe drips them off a little and sort of nods at you, Busto, and then just hurriedly removes himself from the space.
Hey, Busto, can we get Wolfie to bring us home?
Yeah, I mean, Wolfie's been hanging around you guys this whole time.
Hey,
Wolfie!
Wolfie.
Do you want boar juice?
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, Wolfie, will you bring us home?
Wolfie wants boar juice.
Wolfie.
Wolfie, it is magic.
Wolfie,
You like magic? You the voice in my head. I like voice in my head. Voice in my head.
Man,
Magic.
Gerald and Lonnie are trying to get out of here as quickly as they can at this point.
What can I roll insight to like kind of see what they're like?
Sure, roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. 15 total.
15. They're just uncomfortable.
Okay. You guys, this sounds crazy. Wolfie, friend. Wolfie, talk to me.
They don't really respond. They look down at your dog and kind of nod in agreement before removing themselves as well.
Hey, Busto.
You,
Busto.
I'm talk to you one day.
How many fucking times are you gonna slam the tables?
Hey, Busto. Will you make him bring me back?
One more, I guess.
Bring him. We go back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Can't wait till Busto
We go
dies and
back.
rolls up a new character.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like drag her outside.
Sure.
I'm gonna just tell her to get on back,
Okay, this is so sick.
and I'm gonna turn into a camel.
Oh my god.
But it's like it has like 10 humps because he didn't remember how it was.
It's like 20.
Yeah, I'd say it's a bit of a messy transformation. You almost drop Nick onto
got
the ground a
3
couple
legs.
times, but
Oh,
eventually you
whoa.
manage to steady yourself.
No, 6.
But Busto, man, it's usually not easy to control an animal right off the bat. It's really hard when you're already drunk. You just went from having 2 legs to 4.
That's
You're
fine.
heavier near the top. You're long.
Yeah,
It's really disorienting.
I know exactly where I'm going.
Where?
To see my friend.
Yeah, alright.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No,
no.
no, no.
I go into
No,
the
no, no.
church.
Dude, that's like half a day away. It's like 6
That's
hours.
so, she'll
give a
catch on.
Fuck, bro.
Okay. Orion.
I wanted to get going.
Orion, it's been a while at this point.
Alright.
Um,
Have I gotten a short rest at least?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Somebody got me down to 15 health.
Wait.
You leveled up, bro.
I know.
We've all gotten
I'm
a
still
short
not
rest.
back to max.
Not yet.
Oh.
We haven't
You guys have been
rested. We
drinking.
got
He's
fucked
been-
up.
He's been resting.
I gotta go see my boy.
I know.
I get to roll a d10.
What is his name again? I'm already
I
forgetting.
think so, yeah.
Poggeth.
Poggett. Oh my god.
9, yes.
So what are you doing, Orion?
Alright, Orion. I would say it's made of fire. And he's mostly just been kind of relaxing. But would there be like dirt or sand? Because I'm right by the woods where I usually spend the night. So I would say there'd be like a small patch of mud or dirt, right?
There's dirt, at least.
Can I like, grab a stick and start kind of mapping out the area that I know of, like which I would say around my swamp all the way to well, I've seen the map actually that she had, right?
Yeah.
And since I'm a wanderer, I really remember that really well.
Yeah, you can start sketching it out.
Okay, so can I like sketch out where we are and stuff, and then like draw a path on like a plan of action on how we'd get to the point that she drew?
Of course. I'm gonna have you roll history to see how well you remember the map. But if you're not looking for specifics, if you're just looking for a rough outline of where you have to go.
I'm just kind of like where we are, Oakstead, where we're going, and then a rough sketch of everything in between.
Sure.
Do I
Still roll
make-
history.
Can I
for me.
do it because I'm a wanderer? Can I do advantage?
I'll allow it.
Don't need it.
18.
Yeah, you managed to put together a fairly accurate map in the mud and start sort of considering where you could go.
I would kind of like draw, maybe not like a straight line. I mean, avoiding any big rivers or lakes or places that I know would be kind of hard to travel, especially on horseback. But can I like kind of draw? We'd be going right through my swamp to get to the point, right?
You'd be heading in that direction.
Can we make like a small little turn into there and then come back through?
It'd be right along the river,
That's what
so
I'm thinking.
not that hard.
Yeah, it could be like a night to camp. And how many days do you think it would be on horseback?
To your swamp or where?
To the point, like she drew.
It's like hundreds of miles.
It's not 300, so I'm
So-
like 290.
I don't know if you got the miles exactly,
Right. I would estimate.
You'd estimate between 7 and 10 days.
And then
Oof.
swamp's halfway through there.
Something a quarter, bro.
Yeah, it's like.
Swamp's about 3.5 days in.
Sweet. Okay, and then I think if I had anything, I guess I might not have anything. Actually, no, I wouldn't have anything. Never mind. I'd have the rabbit though, right? That
Which-
I killed in the woods.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Can I like?
If you haven't
cook,
eaten
can I
it.
be cooking that and stuff
Sure.
to eat? And then maybe find fresh water.
I don't know if you're gonna find fresh water
You
out in
can
the
literally
middle of
go
the city.
right inside the tap.
You might have a water skin, but it's probably running a bit low.
Would I have enough to like drink at a meal? Like,
Yeah.
just a little bit. Yeah.
I'd say you're probably
I'm gonna have,
out.
like that's what I would. That's like my Thanksgiving, dude. That's like
all that
great
meat
for
from
me.
his bag. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's not for me.
Up the bag
That's why he's
meat.
cooking the rabbit.
That's not for me, my friend. That's for something else. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I've made a plan. I think that I would run by everybody else, but I think that's the best route of action,
Sure.
course of action. And but since it's kind of getting a little while, and I can kind of see, I would be watching a little bit if they'd ever come back and I didn't see them. I would be getting a little nervous.
Yeah.
I was thinking when I left, I was probably gonna go see Orion.
Well, you don't
Um,
know exactly where I am, because
yeah,
I didn't tell anybody where I was going.
You said you were going to the woods, right?
I told Trevor that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the fucking inn then. And just
Okay.
call us.
Yeah.
I'd
I
be able to
understand.
see you,
You
but I don't
probably
know.
need
I
to
don't know if
sleep
you'd be
it
able to
off,
see me.
Orion, are you gonna do anything? Or are you gonna just wait for them to return home?
I'd see him get to the inn.
You don't actually see him get back to the inn.
Stumbling.
I could see his window, right? So I'd see if
Yeah.
the light was on.
It's not.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm
Okay.
gonna. If it gets like another half an hour, I would go out.
Oh, it's been about an hour.
I
and a
know,
half.
but I mean like another half hour.
Sure. Yeah, you wait around. The sun starts to set. It gets low enough that everything begins to be cast in a slight darkness. The moon's it was full a couple weeks back, so it's getting about halfway there again. So there's a slight illumination, but Cal still hasn't returned yet.
Did I know which bar they went to, or did I just know they were going to a bar?
Actually,
You knew they were out on Marble Street. That's about it.
is the Coliseum still abandoned?
Destroyed.
You wouldn't know.
I'm gonna.
We'll get back to you in a sec. I
I'm
promise.
gonna start heading over to where I would assume they've gone.
Yeah, you don't have to look far. You get a little ways down Marble Street when you see Cal face down on the side of the road.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he looks like he stumbled a little ways out of the bar.
Poor man.
His shirt has gotten unbuttoned like most of the way down and is kind of half
Jesus
off one of his
Christ,
arms.
How many times do I have
And
to save you
he's
this
just
example?
face down prone in the dirt.
All right, I'm gonna go up to him, and I'm not gonna like turn him over. I'm just gonna like push him over with my foot.
Yeah, he kind of blinks his eyes a little bit, just turns his
Can I
head.
smell the alcohol on him?
You don't need to. It's
Apparent.
it's apparent.
And I'm right by the bar.
He actually looks like he made it most of the way back.
Oh.
He's a little bit up off of Marble Street, more towards Cross Street, a little like on the way to the Coliseum.
On the way to the Coliseum. Would I know where any bars are in the area that he might be coming from?
I love that. Iconic.
Just the two back down Marble Street on the opposite end of town.
Okay.
Cal, you're actually coming to a little, and you can kind of see Orion standing over you.
I look ashamed.
There's
Think you didn't
3 of
know.
them. Oh, no, there's 2.
Pick the middle one. Pick the middle one.
Can I put my hand up?
Yeah, sure. Orion, he kind of lifts an arm like half.
Can you help,
Passively.
please, bud?
Cal, you get a bit fascinated by your arm. You actually stop kind of paying attention to Orion, and you're kind of just waving it in the
Checking
air
out
above
your
you.
Well, there's 4 of them.
I'm just kidding. I don't dab. I would instantly rage if that happened.
I kind of like. Is there like a building that I could like lean him up against?
Yes.
Can I just like
Oh,
pull
can
him
I-
over and lean him up against?
Once
Like, so he's sitting
I
up,
get
kind
can
of.
I use my trident as like a staff?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you can start helping him up, and Cal kind of props himself up with the blunt end of his trident. You wander him over and kind of tip him against the side of a building.
Thank you, buddy.
Once he's set, I want to just go off to the bars.
All right, and we will get to that in 10 minutes, right after the break.
Stay tuned.
All right.
Yeah, stay tuned. We'll be back in 10 minutes. See you then. Welcome back, everyone. We're back from the break. I hope you had as good a break as we did. We have cookies. Yeah.
We do have cookies.
I'm in a
and
good mood.
Soda.
All right, let's get back into it. I believe, Orion, you are heading off to find...
Abandoning Cal.
Yeah. Where are you going?
You said there are 2 bars.
Yep.
They're literally right next to each other.
What are the names of them again?
The Gilded Rose and the Drunken Boar.
Seeing the way that Cal was, I think I would choose the Drunken Boar.
That's fair.
So I'm going to walk in.
Yeah, you head down into the same basement tavern we visited before. And you quickly spot what looks to be Cal's handiwork. There are these massive 3 holes in one of the walls, and a table is being put back together in the corner right now.
Yeah.
A few people sort of nod at you as you come in, but nobody greets you. They're not still here.
She's a fucking camera.
Can I go up to the bartender?
Sure. This dark elf man greets you as you come in. He goes, hello. I'm glad to see you. Are you here at the Drunken Boar for some beverages?
What do you got?
He says, he kind of gestures at this giant wall behind him. He says, we got pretty much whatever you could imagine. No potions.
Do you have like pure alcohol? Like, what's the thing that you have the most percent alcohol?
He says,
We're gonna take it for some fucking weird, like,
we don't have any
drinking.
for drinking, but we do have some we use for preparation. It's not exactly for sale, though.
What about vodka? That's like, what, 90 proof or something?
He says, you could buy some if you'd like.
Fucking scientist of the group over here.
He says, well, what do you want to drink? A bottle? What?
I'll take a bottle. How much is that?
Just 2 gold? That'd be fine for me.
Yeah, I'll do the 2 gold.
Sure. And he goes back to this cabinet behind him, and he pulls out, he kind of pulls out 2 bottles, looks at them for a second, and then kind of shows them to you. One is a much taller, thinner bottle with a grayish black label, and the other is much shorter with this brilliant pearly label. He kind of holds them both up.
Can I look at the labels from them for a second?
Sure.
Do they have ounces on them?
Maybe not ounces, maybe like a size, though.
Just
The
one bigger
tall,
than the other?
thin one is a little bit bigger.
Do they say that how much alcohol is in it? Like,
It's about the
80
same.
90 proof? Are they both 2?
2 what? 2
Gold?
gold? He says, yeah.
I'll buy both.
He says, certainly. And he hands them both over to you. He then pockets the 2 gold and says, can I get you anything else? The 4 gold. Sorry.
Yeah. I kind of look around and like, is there a tiefling, a furbolg, and a halfling that stopped by?
He goes, oh, yes, they were here earlier.
Listen, is this their doing?
This
And I kind
is-
of point to the chaos.
This is the tieflings, yeah.
Well, of course.
They had a bit of trouble. I'll admit, I might have given them a bit more than I
Roll
should have.
insight to see if that means you gave him a little bit or you gave him a lot.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Oh, that's not good. 5.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. He seems like an honest fellow, though.
Like, what'd you give them exactly?
He goes, the local specialty of ours. And he pulls out this little vial shaped like a boar and kind of shakes it. Says, make it in house, actually.
They enjoyed that.
A lot, really, until they
How much is a vial of that?
has. And he kind of looks at these as a full one. I'll give you 10 gold. Don't drink it all at once.
I understand. Can we? How much is like an average that you give someone?
About a 2 gold dose.
Can I buy half the vial?
I'm not very interested in splitting up a vial.
Sure.
This is it. We're a bit short on bottles. I'll sell you the whole thing, or
The thing is, I can't.
I can sell you something else.
I can't do 10 gold. I can do 6 gold.
He kind of looks around for a second. And goes, what the hell? And he passes it across to you.
Sweet.
He says, just do me a favor and don't give any of it to the tiefling fellow.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Cut off.
Per se, did they happen to say where they were going?
No, they left in a bit of a hurry. They seem to have a destination in mind, but it's not my business to monitor them.
By chance, I mean, this might sound a little weird, but did the bigger one turn into like an animal or something? He's tend to do that.
So they made some flowers, but he didn't turn into any animals. He had a dog.
Yeah, a wolf, right?
Yeah, dog didn't get drunk. I would
Did
like.
they go
to
with him? I assume.
Yeah, of course. That's a good question.
Is it raining outside or inside? That's what I need to know.
How long does the Druidcraft rain last?
It doesn't actually rain, which is why I got confused about.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it did.
It just makes it so I can see what it's going to do. I can't control the weather with it.
Oh, oops.
So I just assumed because I was super drunk, I was able to.
Rewind.
Yeah, no. I'd say you maybe made a little bit of a shower, but then it went away afterwards.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. I didn't catch your name, by the
Just-
way.
Oswald Philbeg.
Good to meet you, Oswald. Thank you for your time. I will try to keep my friends' acquaintances out of your establishment.
He sort of nods and smiles. He says, "Thank you. Good day to you." And he goes back to serve someone else.
Can I go outside and look for tracks?
Sure. Make a survival check for me.
Nat 20.
Really low. I gotta roll on this now.
It's all the notebook's fault.
8. This is a pretty heavily trafficked bar, and it's hard to pick out individual tracks amongst it. You get 1 or 2 tracks that look a bit different than the rest, a little heavier, but they kind of fade away into the rabble.
Hooves?
What?
Are they hoof prints? Because somebody's a king.
You don't specifically know what you're looking for,
True.
and there are horses around here, so it's really hard to tell.
Does it look like a way that they might have gone that looks... I don't know. Like...
You could roll insight for me.
6.
You don't really know.
Put a roll on the table. It's gonna help it.
It got the exact same. It was a 5 both times.
Yeah. You could guess where they went, but like
Stop showing off.
you don't really know. It does. You're having a very hard time thinking of
I
anything
really don't want to do this, but I
in
have to.
particular.
Can I go back to where I left Cal?
Sure. Cal, would you still be there?
No.
Yeah.
You
No.
wouldn't have gotten far, I don't think.
It's wearing off a little bit.
Not really.
Not really.
I only saw 2 of him instead of 3.
Yeah.
That was on your own accord, though, not his.
I'd say Cal thinks it's wearing off. Cal's pretty sure it's wearing off. Cal's.
You didn't even know that you were in the mud when I
It's
found
wearing.
you.
Yeah. He's sure.
I'm not.
Yeah. No. Cal isn't leaned against that building anymore.
Can I see him?
How long has it been?
I don't know. How long does it take to the bar? Buy
5-10
3
minutes.
drinks and then go back.
10 minutes.
Probably 10.
10, 15. Yeah. He probably hasn't made it far, but he's not within sight.
I've made it.
Can
to
I?
where I wanna be.
Can I
It's across the street.
roll survival
not
with
that far.
advantage to see like he'd probably be dragging himself? You know what I mean? By his
point.
with his he'd, like,
Sure.
with,
Yeah,
like,
go
his
ahead.
Trident
With
as a walking
advantage?
stick. 'Cause
Just roll survival.
okay.
What's that?
Is that number 1? Yeah, of course it was.
I tried to get advantage.
I'm dragging. My
He's
foot is probably
dragging.
dragging. It's probably one big line.
Did you roll a nat 1 though?
But if you have
If I have advantage, it doesn't count unless I get it again, which I might.
You don't have advantage though.
Shit, okay.
So I don't know where the hell he went.
It's gonna
I
take.
could have passed him.
It's gonna take. Yeah, it's gonna take you a long time to find him. You might.
You don't even
You're not
remember
certain. You think you were looking at the ground. You might have been looking at the sky. You're not 100% certain.
Okay, so I guess
You can still go looking for him. You just don't know which way to go.
I want to go back to the inn,
Sure.
and I'd hopefully be looking for him on the way.
All right. Cal, where are you? That's a good question.
I'm in the middle of the abandoned Coliseum, like fucking
Opposite over here.
like in the Karate Kid when he's practicing with my trident and like swirling it around and
It took you
stuff.
10 minutes to get there.
It was right across the street.
Yeah, it's really close.
We don't have an Oakstead map.
Oh my god.
I think you do. I think Busto just crumpled it up.
Oh yeah.
We got
that's
3.
not
They
bad.
got 2, and we got 1, and then he just took it and crumpled it.
We'll figure it out.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, you've been there for a couple minutes now, just sort of swinging around,
stabbing the spikes and stuff, like
damn it.
doing flips.
not doing very good
I'm
flips.
really
but-
thinking I'm
Just
doing good
shitty,
flips.
shitty
Dude, you're
flips.
convinced you're doing good flips?
Yeah.
Like,
You know, actually landing on your head.
they're probably somersaults at best and just tumbles
I'm
at
like-
worst.
Yeah, yeah.
Like little kicks in the air as you roll
I
over.
love it.
Yeah, you get a couple minutes into that. When you hear a voice from the entrance to the Coliseum call out, they go, Cal, what are you doing out here?
Who's there?
You see a figure kind of just sort of meandering towards you. You recognize it's Forge.
Yep.
And he kind of looks concerned, and he kind of jogs up to you and goes, are you okay, Cal?
I am fantastic.
Oh,
He's gonna get his rematch.
Cal,
Let's do it.
he sort of just pushes your trident to the side.
Okay.
And he goes, and he kind of looks you, looks like eye to eye, and goes, Cal, you're pissed drunk. What's going on?
You know what? You're pissed drunk.
What a
I
comeback.
am fine.
He puts like 3 fingers in the middle of your forehead and like pushes you backward.
Falls on the ground.
Yeah, you fall back, your head kind of.
I do a somersault.
Do you want to make a dexterity,
You
an
tried to
acrobatics
roll
check
over.
for me with disadvantage?
Not 20.
That
I
one.
thought that was a nat 1, but it was a 7. Okay, so 7.
7. You like flip backward, but you don't quite make it, so you like do it again, and then that time you kind of like and tumble over to the side again. Forge kind of
And
walks
then I
up.
stand up and I go, "Ah, yeah."
He sort of just stands there and cocks a head at you and says, what are you doing out here?
I'm just blowing off a little steam.
I heard your group left the city for a bit a while ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal. Just like went to an ogre's place to get a stone that made it so we could bless holy water and then make it so that we could come back from the dead.
He
Pretty
kind of
normal.
widens eyebrows at you and says, "Oh, maybe I understand why you're like this. Did you? Are you sure you're okay?"
I am fantastic.
Those are the words of someone that is not fantastic.
He kind of reaches over and like almost puts a hand like on your shoulder to steady you as you're sort of swaying in place. And he says, "Come in from. It's dark. It's getting dark, Cal."
I'm practicing.
He says, "You can practice in the morning."
Okay.
And he leads you back to his little.
Bro, me and Forge are having a fucking sleepover.
Do you tell him that? Was that in character?
Bro, are we having a sleepover?
He says, "Sure, Cal." And he leads you back to his little room and sort of sits you down. And then he sits down across from you and he goes, "Cal, are you planning to leave soon?"
I think so. I think we gotta go to this place that she marked on the map. I'm just gonna pull out like a random piece of paper that's not even a map and just go there.
He says, that is
It's my papers.
the
that he gave
papers
me.
I gave you. But I trust you know what you're saying.
Yeah. We're going somewhere. And we're trying to find this thing.
And he says, okay. You know, one of my one of my men saw you coming back into the city last night. Your group was. You seem to be in a lot of a hurry. I know what you're doing might not be the safest, but I'd like to at least be able to help out in little ways I can. And he sort of rummages around for a second and pulls out this little orb, and he kind of cocks a hand and goes, "Put out a hand, Cal." And Adrian actually put out a hand.
Oh, okay.
And he tosses something to you.
Oh! I was not expecting that at all. Me in my drunk state, like, I was not expecting that.
I think that works in character. Is it gone?
No, it's not it.
Okay.
Was it supposed to have a white thing on it?
Yes.
Good, because I thought it just hit the wall.
I caught it.
He kind of closes your hand around and he says, try not to lose it. It's pretty expensive.
Lost it.
Where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
He goes, okay. If you need help,
What is this?
he says, it's a little, it's sort of a
No, those are mine.
he says it's a weak beacon of sorts. It's a laystone marker basically. It lets me teleport little letters, packages, potions, whatever you
That's a strong artifact.
whatever you might need.
That's a strong.
So romantic.
The only thing it doesn't need a
Okay,
pop is
can I just say something? Trevor, you just hurled a metal ball
I did.
at my head.
And he's
just
acting
your-
as a drunk, so he probably is trying.
I didn't
want
want to hit your big mug.
Dude, that would have been so awful.
That would have been
Awful.
awesome.
Awful and awesome.
You
Okay.
almost caught it. To be fair.
Estupendo.
I was not expecting. So, you can send me things?
He says, yes. You can send them back too.
It's a strong artifact.
He says, it's like a. It's just a receiver, basically.
Awesome.
He says, if you're gonna be gone a long time, I'd like. You interest me a lot, and I'd rather you still be alive when we have our rematch.
That sounds good to me, too. I'm just gonna put it in my bag.
Yep. I mean,
One question.
yes, Cal.
What was that thing on your forehead?
And he says,
The loaded questions.
You'll never remember.
he kind of takes two fingers and he taps you right in the center of the forehead too, and he says, I reckon it was the same thing on yours. And Nick and Busto, how far do you think you made it?
Realistically,
Realistically.
Fucking a block, man.
maybe.
Like a
Not
block,
even out of the
a
city?
block if we're
Bro, I'm just like
Buster's
thinking
like, I'm
about it,
going so fast!
Hitting
What?
people on the
Not
sidewalk,
not even
knocking
that.
over
like,
trash cans.
yeah, as you said,
Yeah.
like I have like it actually takes like mental concentration to like to change into wild
Yeah.
shape, let alone maintain it while this
Yeah.
this shit face.
What if he thinks he's a camel, but he's just Busto?
He's
like,
just on all
crawling?
fours.
We probably made it like half a block. We made
Okay.
it like
Yeah, like
right
that's
past
so
the
What are you
building.
doing? Are
Like,
you
I-
still on?
I'm
Yeah.
guessing like we're halfway
I-
into the graveyard at this point.
Okay.
Maybe.
So I'd say, Orion, you don't find Cal. You do run into Nick and Busto.
Thank God.
They're kind of
We're just fucking around.
They're kind of going in circles. Buster seems to be like bumping into this building, and Nick is just sort of sitting on the road, like just like looking around.
Can I like? How am I gonna stop you? Are there any like people
Stop
around that are like
this.
watching or trying to stop this? Like,
It's
I'm not,
nighttime,
like-
man.
Yeah, most people are inside by
what
now.
about guards?
I'm just sitting. I'm not.
If you like
He's not.
called down one of the patrols, you could probably. The
No, I don't want them there, but I'm just wondering if they are there.
No, nobody's paying you any attention right
Okay. Can I like yell out stop
now. At Busto and
at
Nick.
Busto and Nick?
I mean, you don't really need to yell. You can get pretty close.
I don't really want to get close.
Okay. Yeah, no, you can shout at them.
Wait. Before I do that, where's Wolfie?
He's with them. He seems to be kind
Can I
of.
call it Wolfie first?
Sure, he seems to be kind of pacing around Busto.
Can I have like try to get Wolfie to come over to me?
Yeah, do you whistle or just yell at him?
I'm just like, hey, Wolfie, come here.
The dog kind of looks up and it looks over at you for a second and takes a few steps towards you and then just sort of sits down
So
next
pathetic.
to Busto.
Piece of shit.
Even though he's like running around and stuff.
Yeah.
Can I safely walk over to Wolfie?
Sure.
Okay, I just don't want to get like hit by this giant camel.
Oh, are you still a camel?
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't want to get
He's
hit by this
just
8-foot
face down.
giant.
That's
He's
fair
gonna
enough.
step
He's, like,
on
8
me.
feet tall.
Wait.
Yeah.
hold
No,
on.
you can approach Wolfie pretty easily.
Okay.
Vagina.
Can I just like?
I really thought you said vagiant.
No, I said the
Ryan
giant.
noticed him now.
Yeah, you probably see him.
Oh crap!
You do recognize it's
I hate
dude.
it.
It's Orion. You haven't seen him all
I
day.
got my hood and my. We
Orion.
saw each other just a few hours ago.
Orion.
Maybe like 4 or 5.
It feels like all day.
Orion.
Heard you the first time.
Wait.
Orion.
Oh my god, Orion?
Orion.
my god.
I have something for you. Come over.
No.
Come over.
Can you? If you can come to me, I will listen.
How?
Walk.
What
She's
even
like, takes one
is
step.
walking?
Hey, wait. Hey, will you come over to me?
Why?
'Cause I have something for you.
What?
It's a secret.
Can I just pull out the vial and be like, "Well, I have something for you."
Oh.
I'm like, hey.
Okay, Busto is a fucking.
Yeah, but
He's on ass.
counterpoint, and I pull out the one that I got.
Mine's fuller, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Mine's full, and
Yeah.
hers is like
Half full.
drank off it.
Halfway, yeah,
Like,
I have
but
half.
mine's full.
Yeah, but I already have it.
Can I just like walk over to Orion?
And you're on his back, right?
Just
No, I'm
take it
sitting
from his
on the
hand.
ground.
You're gonna what? Wait, what are you gonna
You
do?
can try.
I'm trying.
What would I do?
Just move.
Yeah, I'm gonna move.
I mean, yeah, you can. Orion, just roll Dex save with advantage. You don't need to bother, Busto.
I'll go.
If you want to roll
Dex,
Dex,
cocked.
That is
100%.
cocked. That is cocked.
Busto, if you want to make a Dex check with disadvantage, you can.
Both of them landed on 11.
So,
13.
dude,
That's not a bad roll.
those
That's
dice are.
Those are, yeah,
What was it?
13.
18.
Okay.
They're cool. Aesthetic is.
he got a 10.
12 total.
Oh, you're so close.
Can I hit him if he takes it?
No, he's not
I can't. I
gonna
didn't
it.
take it though.
Oh.
Yeah, he kind of like paws his hands at you, but you just sort of move it out.
Oh yeah. Okay, I didn't add my bonus. I'm like, I only got 11. He got 12. Why didn't he take it? Okay.
Wait, Orion.
Yeah, no.
Please come over here.
Orion.
I'm gonna-
Orion. Orion.
Wet Willy.
That's
We
such a big.
we're going to find our friend.
Why are you looking at the microphone?
Because he always thinks it's a
He
camera.
always does.
Look at this camera.
He's losing his dice.
You're losing his dice. You really are drunk.
Hey,
We're
wait.
gonna find Pogeth.
Still looking at the microphone.
Hey,
No,
Orion.
no, 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 no.
Hey,
We're
Orion.
not going to find Pog yet.
Hey, Orion.
Okay, can you shut up for a second?
Yeah,
I'm trying
but-
to speak here.
Yeah, but
Sorry. What?
will you,
You say come here. Don't you say come here.
will you bring me back home?
I'm like, yes, that's what I'm trying to do right now.
You.
Jesus Christ.
You bring me to Pogeth. And then I'm gonna try to jump in his arms.
No freaking way.
Just get
Can
out
I
of the
support
way.
him? I have 20 strength.
Okay.
He's really big.
I have 20 strength.
He's fucking 8 feet
I'm 300
tall, man.
pounds.
Do you want to try and catch him?
No, but if I have to, I'd like to
I'm
know that I
jumping,
can.
bro.
Move out of the way.
Can I push? Wait, if he tries to fall on me, can I like push him off me?
Sure. Roll strength.
You want me to roll weight?
Natural 1.
No, I.
Roll
Roll
weight.
weight.
I know
What
about how
is
much
that?
you weigh.
He got a 15 too.
Dude, he's heavy. Like,
13.
No.
I don't want to catch him. I
You're
want to push him
fucking
off me.
crushed.
I'd say you kind of shove him, but he like fully like arms entangled around you, just brings you down to the ground. It doesn't crush you, but you
I
don't.
don't take
player
damage.
character
You don't
death
take any
of
damage.
the campaign, everyone.
Does he take damage? You just full jumped on the ground.
Dude, it's a TPK.
That's
Both
it
of
causes
you
an
just
earthquake.
die. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I don't really know how I'd react to that. Not
Well,
well.
you'd be
I can
under
tell you that
him.
much. I kind of get up and shake it off, like, okay, stop.
Yeah, you sort of like push his arm off of you and
If you
crawl out from underneath
cooperate, I will take you to Poggith.
I cooperate.
Okay. Stay there. Don't speak. Don't make a noise. Don't even make a sound.
Don't. I'm like so tempted.
Thank you. Nick,
Alright.
how far is she from me? Nobody's moved.
it. No, like 10 feet. Less.
Come here.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to go over.
Yeah, you sort of like,
I'm having fun with this thing.
you sort of crawl your way over to him.
Yeah.
Well, I'd imagine kind of like on your hands and knees. I'm like,
Yeah.
You like completely just worm your way.
Can I help her
Pretty-
onto
pretty much.
Wolfie's back?
Can I try to cast Reedcraft for just a quick second?
Oh my
To
god,
do
that's gonna make a
what?
noise. It's gonna make a noise.
to do what?
I just wanted to make a little vine around Ryan's leg.
You make me trip. Why?
Can you do that?
No way.
I could grow. Things.
Can I notice it? Can I notice it?
Just step it.
I mean,
away.
it's a
Yeah,
vine
I'd say
going up
a
around
vine,
my leg.
But so you kind of like start giggling, and he kind of looks at you, and then you start growing that vine around his legs. He looks down and just kind of kicks it apart, and keeps.
I don't even
walking.
care I killed it, dude. I'm not even sad. I rip it up by the roots. It's never growing back.
He's so sad.
Okay, can I help Nick get onto Wolfie's back?
Oh no.
Yeah, Nick doesn't really like. You can kind of put Nick over Wolfie's back.
Hurry! Talk
and
faster!
You start doing that.
Would Buster do this?
No, he
He
wouldn't.
was
No, he
told
wouldn't.
to be quiet.
He was told to be quiet.
kills
You
Orion.
said you to cooperate. Is that a
Busto
tear?
and Orion fight.
Okay.
A vine and Orion.
Would I have actually? No, I wouldn't, because I didn't bring it with me. Okay, shut up. Can I pull out my rope?
Sure. You have
I-
rope, hempen rope, right?
I have a rope.
Okay.
Like 25 feet or something. Oh, well, I shot it with the... I shot like half of it with the arrow. Shut up. I shot like half of it with the arrow, so I guess I would have like 12 feet of rope.
Okay.
Can I tie one... Shut up. Can I tie one end around like Wolfie's neck and one end around like Busto's wrist or
He's gonna
waist?
stay with me no matter what.
I know. I want to make sure that you stay with me. And then like grab it by the middle and like herd cattle towards the inn.
Oh,
I'd like to cast a spell.
Jesus
spell?
Christ!
I'd also like to do something.
Oh my God! You're gonna cut the rope, and then you're gonna make it so I can't see anything, and then this world explodes. And I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm gonna cast a fun spell.
Oh,
Fun for you.
Entangle.
No.
What is entangled then?
It implies it.
Grass
Entangles.
leaves and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square, starting from a point within range.
This is literally.
For the duration, these plants turn the ground into the area into difficult terrain. Any creature in the area,
Wonder
when you
who
cast
that
a
is.
spell, needs
All
to
of
succeed
you.
on a strength saving throw, or be restrained by entangling plants.
It's
Okay.
all of you.
Everyone roll a
the
strength saving
kinkiest
throw.
druid spell.
The kinkiest.
Damn it!
21.
I'll roll one for Wolfie too.
Wait, is it strength?
Okay.
Wait, I'm on
Good
top
job,
of the wolf.
I'm on top of the wolf. Yeah.
I'm on top of the wolf.
Do
Yeah.
I
Stop
still-
playing with your ball.
I
I
got
haven't heard
15
that
plus
one.
I have 9 of
Couple
them.
hours.
What's what's the save, Busto?
15.
15?
Do I still need to roll if I'm
Yes.
on Wolfie?
Yeah.
Oh, or would
Yeah,
You're
'cause
within
it's all
range.
I have 9 of them.
Mine's bigger.
Not if you add all 9 of mine
16.
together.
Wolfie succeeded too.
So did he succeed? Did you succeed?
Everyone has succeeded so far.
Well, don't cast it again.
Have you rolled?
I rolled. I got
Yeah,
a
he got a
21.
Okay. Yeah, so all these vines start jutting out, and Busto almost seems surprised. And
In
starts, like,
wait before you
trying
before,
to very gently remove them.
before you say how we get out of them, can I get so angry and just turn into a freaking bear and just rip through
Please
these
don't.
things?
Sure.
Please don't.
Thank you. I'm
Uh,
really
make the
pissed
con
off.
saving
Watch
throw.
him
Watch
not
him
one of
fail
those.
and then dies.
Yeah, yeah.
Make
I
a
actually
constitution
have
saving
enough
throw.
that I won't die.
Takes 20 damage.
It's that.
I'm calling it. He's gonna fail. He's not wanting
You're
to right
so
now.
I'm
mean.
calling
He wouldn't
it, too.
die necessarily.
Yeah, I know.
Wouldn't
Nat 1. Let's go.
I'm just calling it.
I hope you get that 20.
I failed.
Oh.
I wasn't even listening. So yeah, I'm still like a bear, but
Yeah, but these little like cracks open.
That's fine,
along-
I'm
almost like
pissed.
stretch marks, and
Oof.
he's just like ripping the vines apart around him.
So that's how he gets out of the
4
vines.
damage.
6.
Oh, you get +2.
Because it's 2 sizes
It's
larger.
actually subtracted from his total.
Oh,
Brings
Yeah.
down his total HP.
Yeah, that's right. I
so
forgot
it's
about
like
that.
it's like blood damage. That's awesome.
It's difficult terrain now, so your speed is halved.
Yeah, we're just
like
going
10 feet.
real slow.
What?
For like 10 feet.
20.
Well, you're about in the middle.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's it's 20-foot diameter. So from the center, it's,
It's
20
10
feet
feet.
out. So it's 40 feet.
20-foot
It's
diameter.
40 feet.
Diameter's whole thing.
Really?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I
one
thought it was
inch,
from the
one
center.
inch.
I'm fucking.
10-foot radius.
We're good.
20-foot square, so yeah, you're right.
Oh, it's a square.
Yeah. I don't care.
Because you're a bear.
Very upset right
Bears
now.
don't care.
I have the rope in my mouth, and I'm not letting up. I don't care how slow this guy's going. I'm just going full
Alright.
speed as fast as I can. Towards the end.
So,
Stop. Just get off that thing.
Just-
That'll
just-
solve everyone's
just let
problem.
Nick, what did you want to do, by the
Get
way?
off
I'm
that.
drunk.
Hey Ryan, will you be a regular man again? Please.
I'd like to I'd like to do something.
Of course you will.
Please be a regular guy.
This is Orion's life.
Will you be a man?
Dude, he's gonna go back to his fucking
Will you
spot.
I'm just
turn-
shaking at her off.
back
I'm just.
into a
She's so
man?
annoying. I'm just not listening.
Puts in earbuds.
I wish.
Alright,
For
he's
10
so-
minutes.
He's so emo.
He really is. I'm going to wet noodle off of Wolfie's back.
Onto the ground.
Yeah.
What the hell?
God damn it.
Yeah, so Nick kind of rolls off Wolfie's back and just like, I don't know, maybe gets entangled in a rope and starts being
Jesus
dragged
Christ.
off the caravan.
So she's entangled in the rope.
She's just getting dragged behind
That's
this
fine.
procession.
She's still on her way.
So, I would
What do
like-
you want to do now?
I'd like to wild shape.
Fucking piece of shit.
He's
I'd
still
like to
tied
wild
up.
shape into
You'd be like a whale or a shark or something.
a blink dog.
Oh,
No.
God.
Don't let him. Find a way not to let him. Don't let him. Find a way.
I mean, he can turn into it. I don't think he has very good control of where he's going to end
He's
up.
just gonna.
but-
Oh my god, he's just gonna.
They can't go that far, yeah.
I don't care. He's drunk. He'll go somewhere.
And I
You
would
see
just
him
like
on
to
top of the
teleport.
How far? How far can you teleport?
I can teleport 40 feet. I have 4 to 6 charges.
Okay.
I fucking
Um,
hate you.
yeah, Busto kind of sees Nick fall off and then floop down into this blink dog, and then you kind of have a second to look at him before he just. And you almost like want to put your head down.
I got it. No, I got this. He would still be conscious enough to know that he needs to be near Wolfie, right? Polar bear's stronger than a wolf.
You're not a polar bear. You're still you.
No,
he
he's a
turned
polar
into
bear.
the
He's-
polar bear.
I'm still a polar bear. I'm just a
He's
little
just
bit.
like stretched.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can I just drag Wolfie along and maybe he'll follow?
Yeah, actually, it's not that much of a issue because he vanishes in this just. But like
But don't they have like senses or something?
they can teleport.
No. I mean like Wolfie and Busto. Don't they like sense
Yeah,
where each other are?
It's not that much. It's a non-issue though because about 4 seconds later,
Right back.
no, you just hear this like slight like, and then Buster just
Oh my
into the
God.
middle of the road. And Buster, you do take falling damage.
Yep.
Thank God.
You
46.
just fucking teleport.
You didn't. You went a little. He's about 20 feet
40
away
feet
from you.
up.
So,
Oh no, 20 feet. You go like that.
you do take 9 points of damage.
Okay, that's acceptable.
He's a little.
He's not gonna learn. He's gonna do it again.
Well,
Hell
he's
yeah,
not.
dude, I
He's
get
not a
it.
dog anymore. He's Busto again.
Oh, really?
I don't
Yeah.
think you have that good a control over it. You
Yeah.
said it yourself.
Oh.
You're
As soon as
so
you
If you
get
want,
it.
if you want to still be a
smashed
dog,
right
that's
now,
fine.
man.
I'll
But you
take it, I'll
can't
take it.
teleport.
That
You're a
does
regular
make
dog.
sense
It makes more
considering I
sense.
fucked up out of the camel. So I'll give it to you.
As he falls, can I just like run up to him and get the damn like grab him?
Dude,
I at this point I would simply just because I know I'm out of wild shapes. I would
Or like
just,
keep nudging him forward with my nose. I am a bear,
Yeah.
and I do have something in my mouth already.
I would simply just kind of like roll over.
We're like 10 feet from the inn.
Yeah, we're
And
like
I
so
can't
close.
get these two things in a small little room.
I'm
I'd
gonna,
keep them outside, but I know that's not good.
I'm gonna touch myself.
Yeah.
Exactly why I look straight at you, Trevor.
I saw you go, yeah. Oh wait.
And just at a level 2 slot, cast Cure Wounds.
Nice.
Okay.
So that is
I'd be dragging them.
8
Please. Can I
plus
be there? Just
12
make it down
HP.
there.
So 12 HP to myself.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there. Come on.
I'd say you guys just keep going, and this rope kind of bumps over Busto, and as it goes past, he like grabs onto like the hemp of Nick's like boot, and just adds himself to the procession line of dragging.
Nobody say I want to do something.
Wolfie is still dutifully just walking alongside you
I
with the
love
rope.
Wolfie, honestly, MVP.
He was the one I was most worried about, honestly.
Yeah, but you make it back to the inn after a little.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna turn back into myself.
Yep.
Can I like just drag him into the room?
Yeah, you can kind of shepherd them down back to your room. Those two gnome
I don't care.
innkeepers kind of give you a funny look as you go past.
I'll flip them off for all I
Oh
care.
my God.
I'm really upset right now.
That's like my mom and dad.
But yeah, after a bit of a struggle, they do sort of sit down in various parts of the
I
room.
want them like on their beds.
Busto doesn't have a bed. You
I
have
don't
one
care.
bed.
I want them in a corner.
It's fine.
Where I sleep anyway.
Good. And torn whether I should. I have a lot of things that I could do right
Just
now.
fucking run away. Get away from
No,
this
because
mess.
they'll leave. I know they will.
No, bro, I'm falling asleep.
Are you falling asleep?
Is it like the Marty McFly like butt in the air, like
Yes.
face on the
Yes.
ground?
Yes.
Are you falling asleep?
We'll see.
Can I ask? Do you know where Cal may have been going off to?
He got kicked out.
I assume.
I can't read lips.
Long rest. Gonna take him.
Hey Orion, I have a present for you.
Hey, Ryan.
What?
Cause we went and got all that stuff, and you just like went into like the woods. So like I was like, oh, he's probably like so sad and so hungry, and I bought this stuff that I put
Oh
in my
my
pocket.
God.
And I'm like, here you go.
Here's some French fries and a burger.
I got it for you.
They're like really mashed and dusty from her being dragged all the way down the road.
Oh, they have like gravel in them.
Like
there, like-
pocket lint and shit.
Okay, I'm so mad. Can I think like Cal's bed is there, right?
Yeah.
Is there like a blanket on it?
Yeah.
Can I just like scoop it up in the blanket for a minute
Are you fucking
and
serious?
be like,
What did I
"Thank
do?"
you." That was very thoughtful.
Oh.
And then like as she's not looking, put it down for Wolfie.
Yeah, Wolfie doesn't seem to mind.
Yeah.
Wolfie chows down.
That's
Wolfie probably
cute.
forgot.
Hey, wait, hey, Ryan.
Yes.
I just, I'm really sorry for being mean to you. And, like, I know that I'm
Ryan's.
so funny when I'm mean, but, like, sometimes... No, yeah, I feel really, really bad, and it's probably not funny if you're the one getting beed mean to.
Be mean too.
I was waiting for the break. It's okay. Just rest for now. I'm gonna go get Cal.
No, but wait, but I'm really, really sorry.
It's okay. Just rest and I'll be back.
But I don't want to be alone.
Well, Busto and Wolfie are here.
Yeah, but-
I'm here.
Yeah, but I like
You're out, dude.
He's drooling on the floor.
what I
Right.
want to. I don't want to be with like animals.
Oh.
Wow, that's like that's like the nicest thing you ever said to me.
He literally is a fucking polar bear like 10 seconds ago.
She's drunk. She doesn't.
True.
How am I gonna word this?
I'm a gnome.
That's like exactly what he says. That and nothing more.
Here, and I take my marble, one of my marbles. Just as long as you take that, you'll be alright.
Okay.
Okay, just go to bed. I'm gonna get
Okay.
Cal in the morning. we will sober up and be on our way. I've already mapped out where we're going.
Bye, I love you.
First time I've liked Orion. No, I'm
Jesus.
kidding. Wait, what?
I know. I'm just like, and walk out. I just got an I love you from Nick. That's very weird. Okay, I need to find this guy.
Oh wait, no, I'm in for just.
Yeah, you're.
I'm just like.
You're like.
Ooh, a ball.
Now I have 3.
Okay,
How long do you spend searching before you give up?
well wait. When I leave, I can have a little brainstorm session. Do you want
Yeah.
me to make an intelligence?
What are you trying
I'm
to figure out?
trying to think of the most likely places that Cal would go.
Yeah, go ahead and make
I could name some off that I already have thought of.
insight check for me.
Insight. I can name some off that I've already thought of. But
I mean, there's not a lot of places you can
the
think of.
places I would think would be the temple, the Colosseum, because it's the only other place we've really gone to, or to find Poggith.
Okay.
Because 2 other people have already tried that.
That's true. That's true. Good point.
Go ahead. Roll insight for me.
Okay.
I got a freaking
Bad.
roll.
You have a really good bonus to insight too.
No.
No, I
it's
don't. That's
1.
not me.
That's me,
I
bro.
plus
Oh.
6.
That's him.
Yes.
I have
I have
got.
a cool insight thing.
We'll just say that I don't know where he is.
Proficiency.
I got
Okay.
a 4, I think. 5.
Oh
4
my
or 5.
god.
Total.
Total. Yeah. I got a 3 on a roll.
I don't think you're gonna find him before you have to head back to get some sleep. If
alright,
you want
I
to stay
want-
up all night and look for him, that's okay.
What time is it? Before I go searching.
It's getting to be around midnight, I'd say.
They're gonna be out for a long time, probably, right?
Yeah.
I want to get back. I only want to spend 2 or 3 hours searching the city because I want to get back in time to get a long rest.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm really freaking hurt. I want my max speed to go up.
Okay. So you're just gonna head back to your little woods
At
spot.
like 2 in the morning, I'm gonna be like, screw this. I need to get back.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna go. Actually, you know what? I am gonna go to the inn and sleep in the room.
Okay.
I can fit on the windowsill.
True.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. There's actually someone at the inn when you get back. It's Miss Delana. She's out on the porch. And no, as she sees you come in, she kind of stops you and goes, hello, Orion.
I don't need to speak to you right now.
He says, I'm not here to ask you anything. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I put your friend in a lot of risk, and I'll be honest with you. I didn't think we'd get him back. I don't know how we got him back. I just wanted to tell you to look out for him, and I'm sorry for all of the trouble I've put your group through. Thank you, Orion. Good night. And she sort of pats you on the shoulder and walks off into the night.
I'm just gonna let her go.
Okay. Yeah. So you head back down into your little inn room, and
I want to find like a spot that might not be because a room can only be so big.
yeah,
But I want to go to a spot that's not on either of the beds.
There's only one.
there's only one bed.
Oh, you guys share a bed?
Me and Cal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I used your blanket.
Yeah, I know. Now I have nothing.
No, I
No,
put
she's
it back
cold.
up. It's just dirty.
Honestly, she couldn't care less.
I use my jacket as a blanket, but I'd use that on Busto. Because he really has nothing.
Oh.
So you have a dirty blanket. I put that on Busto.
Orion is
Your
a
jacket is
fucking
literally
punching bag,
not.
and
It's
just
like
It's 2
so
feet.
nice.
You want nothing?
Literally
You want
bad.
nothing? That's where you're going. You want nothing?
I sleep with nothing anyway.
Well, you got something now.
Well, if your feet are cold, then there you fucking
Yeah,
go.
you know, Wolfie
Be
is only
thankful.
like 6 feet long. You got 2 more feet. That's about the size of my jacket, okay? Now you're covered. God, he's so annoying. Alright. And then is there like a corner or just a spot in the damn room that looks like it hasn't been...
What are you wearing under your
Disturbed.
jacket?
literally
Nothing.
titties out.
Yeah,
You're
that's
shirtless
true.
under your
He's fucking-
jacket.
he's just
Shirtless.
he's rippling.
I am ripped.
He's rippling in
Like
the moon,
my
like,
character
peeking
is
through the window.
my character is really ripped. I don't know why he has such low
Orion's
charisma.
weird flex is caring for his friends so much he just like
He's got
strips.
I'm just imagining him standing in the center room with his hands and just like.
That's not what I'm doing. I'm looking for a spot.
I know.
He's like, I'm a good dad.
Is there a spot that looks clean? As in, he hasn't touched it. Wolfie hasn't touched it. Food hasn't been on it.
You could
My
go.
spot.
You could go under the bed.
Under the bed?
Under the bed.
My spot's
That's not creepy. I'll go under the bed.
Thank you
Honestly,
so
that's in character for
My
Orion.
spot's very clean.
much. No, it isn't.
I'm not gonna.
That is-
I'm not gonna sleep in the same bed as Nick. I just got my
Blanket.
love you, but I don't think so.
No, but when I came in, I was sitting. It's like I have a little chair. Next
Yeah,
to
there is
the
a
thing.
chair.
He has like a nice
that's my-
area.
that's
Oh,
my
there's a
nice-
chair. I want the chair.
It's like a chair next to a desk. That's my spot.
That's fine. I want the chair, and I want to like face the whole room and go to sleep.
All right. Yeah.
Just like this. Yeah, just like
Hands
that.
back.
Yeah.
But very light sleep. Enough to get a long rest, but like,
Okay. You
like
can
the
all.
door creaking open would wake me up.
You can all take a long rest, actually. Cal, I'm assuming you're probably gonna end up sleeping wherever Forge has dumped you in his
One
room.
more thing.
I'm
Drinking.
wondering if you wanted to talk to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd say it one less.
In the morning, are you free?
You asking this right now?
Yeah.
Forge says, I'll be here for a little bit, but I have things to take care of.
Can you help me? Just
What do you need help with?
I was in the army for quite some time, but I still need to work on technique.
He says. He kind of looks like he thinks for a second. He says,
Also,
I-
if you have this same thing that I have, maybe when I'm a little bit better, you can help me understand.
He says, I can set aside a little bit of time in the morning. Would that be good for you, Cal?
Perfect, thank you.
He says, alright, and he kind of pushes you back down onto the bed and goes, don't break anything. And he walks out of the room.
Will do. Straight up.
So you all,
Can I wake up like half hour to an hour before them?
You wouldn't get the long rest.
I wouldn't get the long rest because they'd be out for a while though.
Yeah,
You guys
that's
are
true,
really
guys
drunk.
Yeah.
That's true.
Also, I
Because
never
what's a long
wake up
rest? 7 or
early.
8 hours?
My constitution
probably-
is 14, so would I wear off a hangover a little bit better than some
you're
other
all
people?
gonna have a wicked. You guys drank no water.
But
and
I'm good.
nothing but alcohol.
I'm
last
good.
night.
I was thinking about drinking water too.
In
But
the
Buster
army,
wouldn't know that.
I drank
In
a
the
lot,
army.
and I woke
You're
up
gonna
in the
be.
morning. Fuck.
You're gonna have a
can't
hangover
make
tomorrow.
up
So
Makes
and I'm
sense.
so I'm good. So I can.
You're fine.
I'll wake up a little bit before them. Just a few minutes. I just need like half an hour
You'll
to an hour.
definitely
He
wake
just
up
wants
before
to
me.
fucking
Yeah.
like steal all their shit.
That is not what I want to do. There is one thing I want to do, but that's kind of like that. But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, no, Orion, I'd say from your position in the chair, the pink rising sun casts light on you first, and you wake up and see your companion sleeping. Wolfie's awake. Busto isn't, but Wolfie is awake and almost seems to be looking at you for more food.
should you be mad if I can't ask you?
Don't feed him that meat.
It won't poison him. I know how much I should give. But... yeah, you're asleep. You're asleep. You're asleep. You're asleep. You're asleep.
So bad.
Nah, I won't do it.
Good call.
Okay, can I go? I assume Nick would just like, and Busto would just fall asleep, all their armor on, all their stuff still attached.
I only
Yeah.
sleep
Can,
tonight.
would I know where like the key for Tom Grocery is?
If you want to root around.
I have it.
You
Yeah,
do?
Cal has it,
Yeah, Cal has it.
but you don't know that.
Can I still see how much gold she has?
Oh my god!
If you want to try and loot Nick without waking
No,
up.
I don't want to loot her. I just want to see how much she has.
You're gonna count it. 1, 2.
You'd have to make a sleight of hand check for me.
I gotta roll.
No,
Isn't
you're just
that how
checking
it
someone's
works?
pockets.
I'm not gonna
When
get a
they're
good
sleeping.
roll.
4.
Oh, actually, really good. 20.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
I might
Yeah.
have to roll it again.
Nick, how much gold do you have?
I believe I have 70.
70?
You guys are poor, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
70
take.
gold.
I got a really good sleight of hand. Keep that in mind. Can I take 20 and give it to Busto?
Oh, that's totally
Sure.
fair.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Because I know that she stole it.
That's a bad fucking idea, actually. Busta's gonna be like, you have any more of that boar shit?
No, he is not.
More booze!
Not if I take him around a general store first. I will buy all your berries. That's exactly what he'll do. And mistletoe.
Wait, so you genuinely just stole $20 from me?
No, I stole back $20.
That's true.
I only stole 10.
Well, you know what? Interest.
That's totally valid.
Over like 3 days.
That's totally
No,
fair.
because it's been actually like a week.
I think it's starting to pick up the pace of like days, right? We've been here for like a week now.
We've been here for a
Close to
while,
it.
man.
So I'm also. Would the vodka affect my water skin negatively?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Is it a good water skin?
I think it's a decent water skin. I made it myself. Fine
So it's a
gnomish.
shit water.
Fine gnomish craftsmanship.
I'm fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Sweet. Can it
He's
will it
fucking
fill
stapled it.
the smaller bottle of it?
I think you're gonna have a bit left over. You can probably empty one whole bottle in and
That's
get
what
a
I want. That's what
little
I
bit
want.
of the other
I
one.
don't want the other one in there.
Your water skin is full of vodka now.
That's
you don't have any
fine.
water.
That's
but
fine.
Sure.
But I have an empty bottle.
Yep.
Buy one.
Okay.
That isn't sketchy. Continue.
Is that it?
Yep.
All right.
I thought about doing something else, but I'm like, nah.
Okay.
Now I'll just kind of go outside, see if Cal's lay face down in the sidewalk, and if he's not, I guess I'll kind of go back in the chair and just wait for people to wake up.
Cal, you wake up with morning light invading the room around you. Your head is pounding. But you're woken up actually by a disturbance.
I grab my trident because I'm.
Actually, it's your trident is thrown atop you. It's sort of just tossed into the bed on top of you, and you kind of catch it and look up, and you see Forge standing over you in full armor, two swords actually on his back, and he sort of stands there and looks down at you and says, "Get up, Cal. We've got a lot of work to do."
All right.
And that's where we're gonna pick it up next.
Oh,
time.
you fucker!
Sorry, Cal. Sorry, bud.
Wow, that was an early game.
That was a good
Yeah.
one.
It was a good game though.
It was a very good
Oh,
episode.
it was actually so nice.
That was just a chill day. That was a chill game.
This
That's
is
the
not
way
a
a
depressing. This isn't depressing at all. That was not a depressing. Well, it was kind of made me upset. I went through some emotions that I didn't really like, but besides that, it wasn't a bad episode.
Cool.
I feel like
Now I'm not
Ryan
depressed.
never
I'm
has
just
emotions
fucking
that he
frustrated.
likes.
I'm tired, mad.
Bad and sad. Let's go.
No,
Cal's
we're-
alive. You got that going for you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But technically,
You don't have a hangover. Everyone else does.
I know,
That's a good
and I'm
point.
going to use that to my advantage.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom! Time to wake up! Boom, boom, boom!
Oh, I like thunder clapping so much. I'm letting you all know.
Just
right
two axes there, and just clank, clank, clank.
Time to wake
All
up!
right. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. You guys did a great job today.
Yeah.
Hope you guys had
did
fun.
thank
We
you
had,
so much,
hope you
dude.
guys had fun. We had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching.
Next week we should all have socks.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a good.
I am
I'm
making
down.
a promise to myself to buy socks.
I'll buy them tonight if they're
Oh,
still
yeah,
up on the
me
store.
too. They're all on there.
Okay.
Let's buy some socks.
Let's buy
And
some
also,
socks.
just to say thank you, Emily.
Thank
for-
you, Emily.
Yeah,
Thanks,
seriously,
Emily.
thank you.
We really appreciate it.
Really
Just
helped us out
monitoring
at the
stream.
beginning there.
We really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank
All
you all
right.
so much for watching. We love you.
I like that.
Good night.
Good night,
See you
everyone.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.